Football greetings, and we welcome you to Exit 3 Dixon Road for Mills Comet football here on the Mills Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports as your Mills Comets start their conference opener as they host the Beebe Badgers. And we wish you a pleasant evening, everybody. Trip Keeter alongside Darius Robinson. On producer is Terry Jordan, and on our cameras tonight will be Jake and Cameron Couples. And look out, because we might have a sideline camera first time this season tonight. And like I said, I am very happy to be joined by, once again, D-Rob, Darius Robinson. D-Rob, the conference opener, the 5A Central conference opener here at home. Comets are coming into the game 2-0 on the season, 2 great wins against Blytheville and Rivercrest, and now here's the first big test against the Beebe Badgers.
Yes, sir. We open the conference play tonight. Tonight, this where it starts. It starts with Game 1 versus the Beebe Badgers. Tonight, I'm looking forward to the Mills Comets to establish a good momentum. We're gonna call it the road to War Memorial. I'm looking for Mr. Ringo and his playmakers. I'm looking for the defense to dominate all aspects of the game. It's where it starts right here tonight, Sherrill.
And now the junior ROTC color guard for Mills High School is taking the field, so we will take a quick break for the national anthem.
The Arkansas flag is being carried by Cadet Private Zariah Moore and Rifleman's Cadet Private Aaliyah Long and Cadet Adriana Lucky. Before the playing of our national anthem, will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Please remain standing in a moment of silence as the colors exit the field.
And that was our national anthem performed by the Mills High School Marching Band as the JROTC color guard make their way off the field as the fans remain standing. And don't forget to join us for our Akel's Carpet One halftime show presented by Akel's Carpet One. And they are our halftime sponsor for this season. And we still have some opening spots for a sponsorship here for the Mill Sports Network. If you'd like to have you or your business sponsor either the Mill Sports Network or Natural State Sports, give me a call, 501-238-2756, and we'd love to have you or your business join the Natural State Sports family of sponsors. And now let's get into our game tonight, D-Rob. So a little bit of a roster change for the Comets as Caleb Sane was ejected last week at Rivercrest, so he will not be playing tonight. Instead, wearing number 3 will be Javion Love, who's normally number 1, but this week he's wearing number 3 on the Mills roster.
Yes, sir. By Mr. Caleb Sane, man, this is gonna be a tough loss for the Mills coming tonight because Caleb Sane, he's like he has Collins on the other side. It's like a dynamic duo. But Caleb saying he's like the enforcer. He like to impose his will. Mills Cummings gonna miss that tonight on defense. So it's about who up next man up mentality. So, like, I'm looking forward to whoever's stepping up in Caleb Sane's spot, like, and I'm looking for Mr. Charlie Collins to dominate even more without his partner in crime.
Absolutely. One of the biggest strengths for the Comets this year is the depth on the roster. So the loss of Kalen Stain may sting just a little bit, but in hindsight, it's really just him getting a rest. And it's, like you said, the next man up. There's a lot of seniority on this team, a lot of depth in terms of talent. So we'll see who's going to step up to the plate in place for Caleb Sane. And also, offensively to look out for, we've got, of course, the one and only Akel Madison, K-Money, who's been on fire this season as Ringo's main receiver. He's one of the leading receivers in the state.
Let me stop you right there. I'm gonna go out on board and say he is the top receiver in the state right now. He leading Arkansas right now with 428 yards and 7 touchdowns in 2 games.
And we can't forget about, of course, QB1 Achilles Ringo, who is
sir.
also the leading passer in the state at, you said, 700 yards.
Yes,
passing
sir.
in 2 games.
This game is all about inches and also about numbers. They always say numbers don't lie. So Mr. Ringo, he has 728 yards through 2 games. He has a 77 completion rate. That's big time for a quarterback to have a 77 completion rate. That's awesome. And he just one thing about Mr. Ringo so far this year, he's running the ball. He's keeping them plays alive. He's still looking downfield. And guess what? That's bringing a new aspect to this Mills coming defense because they have to account for him in the passing game. Now they have to account for him in the running game.
Absolutely, and it is a beautiful evening for football here on Dixon Road. It is a conference opener for the Mills Comets as we host the Beebe Badgers in the 5A Central Conference opener. And we have on the sideline here, D-Rob, is the one and only Wes Moore from Fearless Fridays. He is on the home sidelines. Good to see him here.
Oh, yes, sir.
And it is, like I said, a beautiful, beautiful night. The weather has been good to us tonight. It's feeling a lot cooler than it was in the past couple of weeks. It feels like it's great weather for football.
Yes, sir. That's why we are called the natural state because the natural state with bipolar weather.
And now here comes our Comets captains, as that's Keyshawn Allison and Dylan Parks, as well as who's number 3, our third captain down there, D-Rob?
Mr. Ryan White.
Ryan White. His nickname is Captain. Those are our 3 Mills Comets team captains coming onto the field to meet with the Badgers at the 50-yard line. And let's see who's down there for Beebe, as we've got number 13, Colin Brinsfield, number 7, Jackson Edwards, number 2, Braden Sanders, number 11, Maverick Walker, and number 79, Garrison Waldrop. And I was chatting with our friends from the Beebe Sports Network upstairs, and they also have a lot of talent down there in Beebe. I got a chance to watch the Badgers in the benefit game as my alma mater, Heber Springs, went to Beebe, to Badger Stadium, to take on the Badgers for the benefit game. And they've got a lot of young talent out there. They're a lot younger team than Mills. Mills has a lot more depth, more talent. Obviously, we got guys like Charlie Collins,
yes, sir,
ready on defense. And on offense, we got Chauncey Haynes and Akel Madison. And, of course, at the helm, Achilles Ringo.
Yeah, I'm looking for an explosive night on offense. I'm looking for the Mills Comets to establish their presence and their name in this 5A, this tough 5A Central. Because let me tell you about this 5A Central. Last year, the 5A Central standards was really close, but also you had teams like Joe T. Robinson, Pine Bluff High, even the Mills coming your top 3 teams dominating in all aspects. I'm looking for the Mills Comets to take over more of this 5A Central this year.
And we are just about to get underway here at Comet Stadium here on Dixon Road. The Dixon Road Dynasty, another chapter being written tonight as we open conference play here at home. And now I gotta hand it to our Comets cheerleaders for their creativity through the run-through.
Hey,
you see what it says down there, D-Rob?
It say exit 3 Dixon Road. 99 problems, but a Badger ain't one.
Speaking of the Badgers, here they come onto the field right now. As the Beebe Badgers take the field to their sideline. Your Comets meeting behind the end zone, behind the Badger, behind the really creative banner.
Shout out to the cheerleaders being so creative, man. I know sometimes like that job right there is still hard, trying to be creative, trying to come up with some good slogans, but also not trying to disrespect your opponent, trying to keep it like a good sportsmanship and good character. Shout out to the cheerleaders, man.
And our Mills coaching staff has made their way to the sideline, led by head coach Cortez Lee, your former head coach when you played at Dollarway High School.
Yes, sir.
And as you see,
do it to them.
There's our Mills Comets getting ready to bust through the banner, and here they come, your Mills Comets coming onto the field for the conference opener here at Comets Stadium on Dixon Road. It is a beautiful evening for Friday Night Football. I'm glad to have you with us here from Comets Stadium. Trip Keeter alongside Darius Robinson, our producer and engineer. Scary Terry Jordan, the former head coach of the Arkansas Punishers.
Welcome back, Scary Terry.
As I got a whole new appreciation for Terry's job, because doing both this and production, I can probably do that for basketball, but not for football. And Terry makes it look easy. And of course, on our roof tonight is the father and son duo of Jake and Cameron Couples. Glad to have Cameron back, as Jake was with us down, I should say up in Rivercrest last week, as that was a fun game. A very different atmosphere, I must say, because we're used to all the hills and the mountains around us. As last week, there was nothing but just flat farmland as far as the eye can see. It was a very beautiful view from the press box. And now here come your Mills Comets onto the field, ready to kick it away. So that means that the Comets will receive the kickoff to begin the second half after halftime.
Yes, sir. I'm looking for this Mills Comet defense to come on this field.
Now you may hear in the background the Mills Comets band jamming out as they always do. I always love having them be heard on the broadcast. I'm going to make sure they're a hard-working group of students as well.
Trip, I'm not going to tell nobody else about these dance moves I'm seeing here in the booth tonight.
So opening kickoff goes into the Mills sideline, so that'll be an illegal procedure against the Comets. And the Badgers will take over on offense.
I was talking to Coach Lee before the game, and he just told me how grateful he is for having a kicker, because like I stated in the first game, he never had a kicker before.
Really?
Yes. No,
not even a Dollarway?
Not even a Dollarway.
Wow.
We went for two. When in doubt, go for two.
Yeah, we had a very talented kicker back in Heber Springs when I was in school. And I believe he broke the record for most consecutive PATs. That was Julian Cameron, our kicker back in Heber Springs. Really talented athlete, played both soccer and football. And now here comes the Beebe Badgers offense, led by quarterback Mason Harbin. And we are just set to play some football. The first offensive drive of the game. Here it comes, 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Got a man in motion. Open field to the left. Harbin is going to throw it to his motion man. Is that Sanders? And Sanders is going to find some open room down the left side. And the Comets are going to catch him at the other 40-yard line. That was a good catch and run there by Brayden Sanders.
Yes, sir. That was a great play right there to start the game off with. A little jet motion with a little bit of orbit motion. Like, that was a nice play call right there from the BB Badgers.
Explosive start for the BB offense for the first play of the game. And it's looking like it is going to be a offensive-heavy game tonight, D-Rob.
Oh, yes, sir.
So 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Harbin takes the snap. He's going to take it himself up the middle, and that's where the Comets are going to meet him, as Ian Streeter was there to meet him after a yard gain. Bring up 2nd down and 9.
What's the number? Mr. Mason Harbin, the BB Badger quarterback. He got the Trevor Lawrence hair going on, man.
Oh, yes. So got a chance to watch him during the benefit game, as now basically every receiver went in motion as they're going to hand it off to Sanders to the left side. Sanders cuts to his middle, and he gets just a yard short of the 1st down at the 30-yard line. So a very old school shift there from the Badgers, and now they're going to go 3rd and 2. Harbin's going to take it, QB sneak up the middle, and he's going to get the 1st down.
Oh, yeah. Baby Badgers, they established some tempo here early on.
Very high-tempo offense right here to start the game. And now they're going to have some substitutions coming in and out for the Badgers. Appreciate everybody watching us tonight here on the Mills Sports Network. I believe we are at 875 subscribers, D-Rob, for the Mills Sports Network, and our goal is to get it up to 1,000 by the end of the season, so make sure y'all subscribe to the Mills Sports Network and tell your friends to tell their friends to subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Now Harbin in shotgun with Sam Moore. Trips right. O'Neal in motion. They'll give to O'Neal on the jet sweep. And O'Neal's going to get about 3 or 4 yards there on the carry. Make it maybe 5 as well. Badgers showing some explosiveness here in the first quarter.
The Badgers are looking to pose they were pretty early.
2nd down and 5 for Beebe at the Comets 25-yard line. Harbin takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, roll out to his right. Going to lose the football, and he's going to fall on top of it as he had a man bringing him down. Zion Smith there in the backfield, attacking Harbin from behind.
All year it's been a talk about the Mills Comets front seven. Mr. Zion Smith getting back there very early. We said his name a lot last week. I think we're going to say his name a lot tonight.
Oh, yes. Zeke Smith, the defensive lineman and also a running back, as he'll line up in the wishbone along with Rodney Jackson and Charlie Collins. The wishbone on offense. But now here he is making plays on defense. Now 3rd down and long for the Beebe. Harbin takes the snap. He's alone in the backfield. He's going to throw it to his left side, and it's too tall for Brenton Brassfield. I'll bring up 4th down for Beebe, and it stops what was a very high-tempo offensive drive to start the game.
That was a great job by Mills Comets defense right there, sustaining it and holding up to the 4th down. But one thing about playing quarterback, the out route like that is the hardest, probably like one of the hardest throws in football.
So now Harbin's going to stay on field, I believe. Now, we've seen a couple of times where quarterbacks will also be punters, but it looks like that the coaches for Beebe are going to draw something up here to convert on 4th down. 4th down and 15 for the Badgers at about the 36-yard line of Mills.
I think they will take the time out.
And it looked like they tried to bring out the special teams unit.
Oh,
Penalty on Beebe.
I think they wanted to take that penalty. They wanted to take that penalty, get a punter some more room.
So now Ryan White and KJ Ferguson back deep for the Comets to return this punt. And they'll get the punt away, as White will let it bounce, and they'll take a Badger roll to the 5-yard line, and that's where the Comets will take over 1st and 10 for their first offensive drive of the game. Correction, that was Chauncey Haynes back deep with KJ. We apologize for that, as the very thin number font on the jersey is a little bit hard to read, but very beautiful uniforms for our Mills Comets. So now, Ringo and Rojak in shotgun, trips right. 1st and 10 from their own 5. They'll give to Rojak up the middle, and Rodney is going to get a couple of yards on the play. About gain of 3, brings up 2nd down.
Yes, sir.
And Rodney has been a very, very quick running back for the Comets for the first 2 games of the season. And he's not the only running back as well, as we have also, as we said, Zeke Smith and Charlie Collins could play halfback as well. They'll give to Rojak once again, and Rodney's going to find some open room. He's got a great few yards there on the 1st down, keeping his legs churning, and that'll bring up a new set of downs for the Comets.
Yes, sir. Mr. Rojak, he's been rumbling and rumbling all season long. A little over the north end of 200 yards, and he had probably like 4 touchdowns on the ground this year.
So 2 carries already for Rodney Jackson. And now Rojak will come off the field real quick. I believe that's Chauncey Haynes in the backfield with Ringo. Trips left. They'll take Haynes in motion. Ringo has got a little bit of time, but the pocket collapses fast, and Achilles is going to have to run it away. He's going to throw it to Haynes, and Chauncey Haynes makes a couple men miss, and it'll take about 3 Badgers to bring him down to the sideline. Some of the Comets were wanting a penalty there as he was tackled into the sideline. Only a gain of 1 yard there, second down.
That was a great play by Mr. Chauncey Haynes, making something out of nothing right there. But it was also a great job by Mr. Ringo keeping the play alive.
Absolutely. So second down and 9 for the Comets with about just over 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Ringo takes the snap, drops back. Have to throw it to his left side. He's got a man, makes a man miss. Gets the first down as that's DP Dylan Parks on the reception.
Yes, sir. Mr. Dylan Parks. Welcome to the party.
Gets his first reception of the game and gets a first down for the Comets. As the Comets are getting some good momentum here to start the game. First and 10 from the 47-yard line. Ringo and Rojak in the backfield and shotgun. Trips right, open field is to the right. Now Ringo gets the snap, and a flag on the play, may be a false start against the Comets.
It's on defense.
You are correct, as it'll be encroachment against the Badgers. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty.
I'm already liking the start of the game of the referees. Last week we had 47 penalties on last week.
A night for the record books for sure last Friday night up in Wilson, Arkansas. Now Ringo. Madison in motion. They'll give to Madison on the jet sweep. Flag on the play as Madison runs to his right side, gets the first down. Now we'll have to see what this flag is as Madison goes out of bounds at around the 39-yard line.
It may be holding.
It may be. That flag was thrown right as soon as Mikhail got the ball. Once again, we hear the Mills Comets marching band jamming out to our right. It will be a false start against the Comets. So I'll take the Comets back 5 yards. We're back to first and 10. It's a wonderful night for football here at Mills High School in South Little Rock, Dixon Road. Rojak will get the handoff, and he'll lose a yard after getting tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Now we have Javion Love coming into the game as he's wearing number 3 tonight for the Comets. Charlie Collins will jog to the sideline.
I'm just loving the depth I'm seeing from the Mills Comets this year.
Oh, yes. Second down and 11 for the Comets. Ringo gets the snap, and we have another flag.
I think it's outside.
It'll be encroachment again against the Badgers. Both teams, a couple of miscues here in the first quarter. So we're back to second down and 6 for the Comets on the Badgers' 49-yard line. Trips left. Ringo keeps the ball as he fakes the handoff to Rojak, but the Badgers' defense is going to stop him at the line of scrimmage. They'll bring up third down for the Comets. As we've seen the Comets offense trying out the run game here to start the game. Chauncey Haynes comes back onto the field for Ronnie Jackson.
I call this drive, it's called like, you know how in a boxing match, the first couple rounds, you know how you feel your opponent out? I think this is the Mills Comets offense is doing right. They feeling their opponent now that they'll make adjustments later.
Haynes in motion. Ringo takes the snap. He's going to scramble immediately. He's going to throw to the middle as Dylan Parks with a good catch gets the first down for the Comets.
Yes, sir.
Great job there on the third down for the Comets to get the first down. New set of downs for the Comets at about the 37-yard line of the Badgers. Of 4 minutes and 32 seconds left in the first. Glad to have you with us here live from Dixon Road, Comet Stadium here on the campus of Wilbur D. Mills University Studies High School. A beautiful evening for football. Ringo takes the snap. He's going to look, throws to his right side, and he's got a man. As that's KJ Ferguson with another first down for the Comets.
Yes, sir. Mr. Ringo back there playing duck and dime. He's diming right now. He's dialing it up right now. He's just taking what the Beebe Badgers is giving him right now.
And Ringo having to be careful in the backfield there, as every single play it seems like Colin Brinsfield for the Badgers is penetrating the offensive line and getting through the pocket. Ringo hands off to Rojak. Rodney up the middle into the red zone after about a 6-yard gain for the Comets' second down. A great showing of Comets fans here in the stands tonight. A lot of people from Beebe made the trip here. Just about a 30-minute drive down the highway from Beebe. Second down and 5 for the Comets. Ringo takes the snap, looks to his left. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Too tall there. That was, I believe, Jalen Ento, the intended receiver there in the corner of the end zone. Brings up third down for the Comets. And Charlie Collins coming back onto the field to the Comets offense. Looks like he's going to play fullback. And now we have a timeout for the Comets. As Coach Lee wants to talk about it real quick.
While we got a break, a little timeout right here, I actually want to give a big shout out to the Mills alumni, Mr. Jabray Shaw and Mr. Anton Pierce, making their debut for the Razorbacks on this past Saturday. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week more often in Rivercrest, but a big, huge kudos to them fellas making their debut for the Arkansas Razorbacks and also getting that win.
What a better place for them to make their debut than in their hometown at
Yes.
War Memorial Stadium. That was a fun night. You and I were there. We brought our buddy Chris Goodman, and my friend Riley Beausoleil joined us all the way from Tampa, Florida. He's actually on his way back right now, as he went to go see a concert in Nashville last week. He went to see Jack Black live
awesome.
in concert. And now third down, I beg your pardon, from the 19-yard line. Third down and 5. As the Comets offense makes their way back to the field. Open field to the left. Ringo and Rojak in the backfield. They'll give to Rojak up the middle, and Rodney's going to get the first down, lowers his shoulder into the 9-yard line. That's where the Badgers defense will take him down. It'll be first and goal for the Comets. Great run there by Rodney Jackson, doing what he does best.
Yes, sir. I talked to Coach Lee before the game, and I expressed to him how I like Mr. Bojack running stuff, but he said what he liked about Mr. Bojack the most, man, he hits the hole. As a running back, you have to hit the hole, and that's what Coach Lee expressed the most about the young man.
Now here we go, D-Rob, as the Comets are looking like they're lining up in the wishbone, as we have Zeke Smith, Rojak, and Charlie Collins lining up in the backfield. Ringo under center, going to hand it off to Charlie Collins, the future Razorback. And Collins going to keep fighting for some yards. They're going to stop him and push him back. And the Badgers are still trying to tackle after the play. Charlie's not happy about it, as the whistles had to keep being blown there by the officials, as the BB defense not letting up there after the play. Charlie still gains a couple yards on the play at around the 7-yard line. Lining up back in the wishbone. Ringo under center. The handoff to Zeke Smith, and Zion at the 1 yard line. They're going to push him into the end zone. The scrum. Touchdown, Comets.
Yes, sir, Mr. Zeke Smith. We've been talking about all year the running backs push it and keep them legs moving. Mr. Zeke Smith showed a great example right there, keeping his feet moving.
The rugby scrum there for the Comets to get on the board first. The Comets draw first blood here in the first quarter.
Yes, sir. That was a great job for the Mills Comets. They started on their own 4-yard line, and they marched downfield. We talk about Mr. Achilles Ringo, 77% completion rate right there. I think he had 100%, if I'm not mistaken, right there. He dug it down my field.
A 95-yard drive there for the opening offensive drive for the Comets. And then in a Zion Smith touchdown. Gayton's PAT is up and good. Your Comets lead 7-0. And we'll be right back with more Comets football here on the Mill Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. We welcome you back to Dixon Road as your Comets lead the Beebe Badgers 7-0 here in South Little Rock. And Comets get the kickoff away. It'll stay inbounds. It'll be returned by Beebe. That is O'Neal on the return. He's going to take it to about the 22-yard line, and that's where he'll be wrapped up by a couple of Comets. And that's where the Beebe Badgers will take over on offense, 1st and 10. Glad to have you with us here from Comets Stadium here on the campus of Wilbur D. Mills University Studies High School.
A.K.A. The U. A.K.A. Dixon Road Dynasty.
As I'll never forget, as long as I live, when I first met Coach Lee for a preseason practice, first thing he said to me was, "Trip, welcome to the U." And I felt right at home right from there, and I'm happy to be here. 1st and 10 for the Badgers, as that's Mason Harbin at quarterback. Very young offense for Beebe. Harbin takes the snap. He's going to throw immediately as Charlie Commons was right in front of him. As well as that was also Skylar White quickly in the backfield, both of them right in front of Harbin. He had to throw it away quickly.
Yes, sir. Great play, great defense by Mr. Jalen Into. Mr. Jalen Into, sorry, excuse me.
As he is the cousin of your good friend, Kavion Into, who is a current Montreal Alouette up in the Canadian Football League.
Yes, sir.
Now, 2nd down and 10 for the Badgers. Man in motion. Fake the handoff, and they'll give it to the left side. Oh my gosh, what a block, and that's going to draw a foul. That was a blindside block, as that was Sam Moore on the carry for the Badgers, but it looks like this play will be coming back after that penalty.
Yes, sir. We definitely try to keep the gang safe now, man. All them crackback blocks you seen back in my day in high school is out the game now. It's out the game. They go throw a flag every time.
I was at a junior high football game last night back in Heber Springs. There were a lot of penalties for illegal chop block, as that is also a new rule.
Oh, yeah.
Personal foul, blindside block on the Badgers. That'll put the Badgers offense way back to about the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 22. For the Badgers, make that 21. Second down and real long for the Badgers as the White Hat is waiting for the clock operator to continue the clock, and here we go. 2nd down Harbin's going to keep himself up the middle. He'll only get about to the 15-yard line. There's a whole bunch of Comets on the tackle, and we've got a player a bit shaken up. That's Ian Streeter. He's going to stay on the field. He must have had a little bit of a cramp, but he's going to stay on the field. Third down and long here for the Badgers. 15-yard line. Open field is to the left. Harbin fakes the handoff, looks to his left. He's got to throw it away quickly. And that ball is almost intercepted by Miles Castor-Wallace.
I think he took his eyes off the ball right there.
Only a little bit, and now it'll be fourth down. As one of our officials wasn't ready for the ball as it was tossed to him, and it knocked him off his feet a little bit, but quickly got up and had a smile on his face afterwards. So now the Badgers special teams unit will come onto the field as Chauncey Haynes and KJ Ferguson are back to receive the punt. And the punt is away as Charlie Collins was back there, almost ready to block it as Haynes loses the football as he's surrounded by Badgers and still fighting for the ball, and the Comets fall on top of it as that was Zeke Smith jumping onto the ball in the fumble as the ball just seemed to pop out of Chauncey Haynes' hands. There was about 4 or 5 Badgers right in front of him knocked the ball out of his hands.
Yeah, it was a whole gang of Badgers right there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Comets at their own 47-yard line. Javion Love coming into the game at wide receiver. Achilles Ringo and Rodney Jackson in shotgun. 1st down and 10 for the second offensive drive for the Comets. Ringo takes the snap. He's going to have to be quick. Gets away, scrambling, and he's going to have to throw it out of bounds. As that Badgers defensive line, led by Sam Moore, was charging at Achilles.
That was a great job by Mr. Ringo getting the ball all the way, not trying to force anything. That was a great job.
Now Turk is a really quick quarterback, an elusive quarterback, so taking him down, catching up to him is one thing, taking him down is another.
Yeah, he's a big kid. He's roughly about 6'3".
Wow. The leading passer in the state, Achilles Ringo, will take the snap. Going to scramble to his left side. He's got to keep it as he only gains about a yard. As that was Jackson Marsh on the tackle for Beebe. 3rd down.
That's the end of our first quarter.
That'll do it for our first quarter of play. Your Comets lead 7-0 over the Beebe Badgers. We'll be right back with more football here on the Mill Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero. It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for a forever.
Welcome you back to Comets Stadium. 3rd and 10 for the Comets as Ringo takes the snap. Got a man down the left side. I believe that was J-Love on the reception there for the Comets. He gets a quick first down on the opening play of the second quarter. Glad to have you with us here live from Exit 3 Dixon Road. Trip Keeter alongside Darius Robinson. Our producer-engineer is Terry Jordan. And up top is Jake and Cameron Couples running our cameras here tonight. First down and 10 for the Comets as they are in Badger territory. Love in motion. Ringo gets the snap, drops back. Looks to his right side, tried to throw it. As I believe his intended receiver was Dylan Parks. Love was also open there on the right side. It'll bring up second down on the incomplete pass. We're glad to have you with us here on the Mills Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe to the Mills Sports Network and all of our Natural State Sports Networks for Maumelle, Sylvan Hills, Joe T. Robinson, and of course, Mills.
Yes, sir. Tell a friend, tell a friend.
Ringo hands off to Rojak up the middle, and Rodney Jackson gets to about the 35-yard line. Last time I checked, D-Rob, we had about 875 subscribers to the Mills Sports Network, and we want to get up to 1,000 by the end of the season.
Yes, sir. 1,000. 1,000 is the magic number.
3rd down and 7 for the Comets. Trips left. Pardon me, trips right. Open field is to the right. Ringo take the snap, but it is a false start against the Comets, so they'll take the Comets back 5 yards. Very cool and comfortable evening here in Little Rock. Very beautiful weather for some Friday night football, as there's a cold breeze coming in right to left.
It's nothing like some Friday night football.
And last year, as the Comets went to Badger Stadium, it was a rainy affair as the game was delayed for about an hour for a lightning delay. Luckily this time, mostly clear skies. So 3rd down and 12 for the Comets. Ringo gets the snap. He's going to run it. Scramble to his right side. There's Madison at about the 15-yard line. He'll make it to 16. And there's K-Money Madison, the #1 receiver in the state, with the first down for the Comets.
Yes, sir. That was a great job by Mr. Madison, as we call it, being quarterback friendly. He sent his quarterback in flush out the pocket, and he just stayed the course of looking him in the eye and got the easy reception.
1st and 10 for the Comets in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Ringo and Jackson in shotgun. 4 wide receivers for the Comets, and this is going to take the Comets back 5 yards as there was a false start. That's what the line judge on the far sideline saw, so it'll be 1st down and 15 for the Comets. 10:30 left here in the second quarter of play. 1st down and 15 for the Comets at the 21-yard line. Comets with the same formation as they were previously. Ringo takes the snap. He's going to have to try to scramble up the middle, but he is met, as that was Garrison Waldrop in the backfield with a sack.
I think Mr. Garrison Waldrop, he read that all the way. He read that one all the way. Good job, big fella.
So 2nd down and long here for the Comets. That will slow down the momentum a bit for this Mills offense. Javion Love and Akel Madison lining up at wide receiver, as well as Dylan Parks on the near sideline. Ringo and Rojak in shotgun, and now Comets want a quick timeout, their second timeout of the half.
While we on the timeout, I would like to give a huge shout out to the kids that got their scores announced right before the game about the ACT for the Daisy Bates Scholarship. Kudos to all the kids that scored high on the ACT. Trip, what was your ACT score in school?
I don't remember. I don't remember at all. It's probably best that I don't.
Yep, but that's a tremendously big accomplishment. Shout out to the kiddos and everybody. Let me just stop saying kiddos, to all the students that have scored a pretty good score in the ACT.
It was a pretty cool moment here before the game as each and every one of those students got to run through a tunnel formation formed by the Comets players, and there were high fives all around. Wonderful, wonderful achievement for those students. Now second down and long. I can't count that high, D-Rob, for how long it is. Ringo and Rojak in the backfield in shotgun. 4 wide receivers lined up for the Comets on second down. Ringo gets the snap, drops back. He's going to throw it to Javion Love, and Love is going to try to find the end zone. Touchdown, Comets!
Yes, sir.
J-Love, Javion Love, wearing number 3 with the touchdown, and extends the Comets' lead 13-0 here in the second quarter.
Yes, sir. That was a dot. That was a dot by Mr. Ringo finding Mr. Javion Love going across the middle.
Great play there. Achilles Ringo to Javion Love for the touchdown for the Comets. And now Ricardo Gayton will come back onto the field to attempt the extra point. He did a great job last week, making every single one of his PATs.
Yes, sir.
Achilles Ringo holding. It's great to see Ricardo with the improvement as that PAT is up and good, as he struggled a bit in the first game, but luckily he has improved a whole lot since then.
I think he's in a groove.
Oh, yes. So your Comets lead 14-0 here with 9:22 left in the first half. What a great clap back play there from Achilles Ringo to Javion Love.
I like the way you use clap back play. That was amazing. The Mills Comets had a couple of penalties this drive, and I just like how they just overcame the adversity right there on their drive and ended their drive with a touchdown. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish, and the Mills Comets finished strong right there.
Absolutely. There were a couple of moments there when you would have thought that the momentum for the Comets offense would have slowed down as Garrison Waldrop got a big sack on Achilles Ringo, knocking the Comets back a few yards. But the Comets still managed to get the touchdown on the very next play.
It was a great job by Mr. Ringo, just standing strong in the pocket.
Kickoff is away. Goes right into the sideline, so that'll be a flag on the Comets' illegal procedure. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Let's see where they spot this football at around looks like maybe the 30. I don't think they've even chosen where to spot it yet. Maybe around the 30-yard line. Looks like it'll be back at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Badgers. Your Comets defense already having quite a game here so far in the first half, as the Badgers showed a lot of explosiveness and a lot of speed in their first 2 drives, but came up short and had to punt on their first 2 drives of the game.
Yeah, man, shout out to Coach Chase, man. Got the defense right, man, just standing 10 toes down.
1st and 10 for Beebe at the 35-yard line. Hand it off to the right side, only gained maybe a yard as that was Madden Harbin there on the carry for the Badgers.
Yes, sir. Mr. Zion Smith on the tackle, getting in the backfield. Zion Smith establishing his presence very early here in the ball game.
Tackled about an inch behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 for the Badgers. That was a brother-to-brother handoff on the previous play. Harbin takes the snap, drops back. Got to throw it quickly to his right side. Incomplete. But that one is going to be in the Badgers' favor, as that was Miles Castor on the defense, and he was holding on to the receiver's shoulder pad, it looked like. So it's going to be a pass interference call on the Comets.
That was a tough call right there.
It was a tough call, and that'll put the Badgers forward. A new set of downs for Beebe at the 50-yard line.
I'm liking this matchup right here between Mr. Ento and Mr. Earl. They have Mr. Ento traveling with Mr. Earl tonight.
First down and 10 from the 50-yard line. And now a timeout, the final timeout for the Comets. Final timeout of the first half. So, head coach Cortez Lee and defensive coordinator Ricky Hicks wanted to talk about their defensive plan here for this next set of drives, next set of plays, as the Badgers will have first and 10 from the 50-yard line.
Yes, sir. Coach Hicks and company, they're doing a very good job game planning and scheming against the Badgers, because the Badgers coming into this ball game averaging 48 points a game.
Comets defense showing a lot of fight here in the first half. Let's see how they can continue that fight here this next set of downs, as the Badgers are already lining up ready to go. Here come the Comets defense onto the field again. Zion Smith and Charlie Collins, some key names on the defensive line for the Comets. We also have Chauncey Haynes lining up at defensive back. He is going to cover Brenton Brassfield. Going to run a little bit of a flea flicker here. Pass to the right side, overthrows his man to the end zone, incomplete, as that was Earl, the intended receiver.
Yes, sir. The Badgers trying to get a little tricky right there. A little flea flicker action, double pass action downfield.
So bring up second down here for the Badgers. 50-yard line. Let's see what we got lining up there. We got Zane Orvis, I believe that is, lining up. Number 83 lining up at receiver. Hand off up the middle. They'll get a gain about 10 yards, and look out as he gets some open room down the sideline. He is pulled down at about the 15 by KJ Ferguson. That was Sam Moore with the big-time run there for the Badgers.
That's right when the Badgers needed it. They needed it right there.
Badgers now in the red zone on offense for the first time today. And spot the ball at about the 36-yard line, so not quite in the red zone yet. First and 10. Harbin keeps the ball, running up the middle on the quarterback keeper. Still trying to find some open room as he nearly broke away there from the defensive line, and he gets a new set of downs here for the Badgers.
That's some tough running right there.
That was Miles Castor, one of the Comets to bring him down on the hit.
Yeah, he came down. He delivered the boom right there.
So it'll be first down and 10 from the Comets' 13-yard line for the Badgers. Careful. Don't lose your phone. First down and 10 for the Badgers. Looks like they're lining up in wishbone offense here. Harbin in the backfield. He'll keep it himself up the middle. And it'll gain about 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up second down. So the Badgers offensive line doing a good job here, giving Harbin some open room, and every time they seem to hand the ball off, they seem to give the Badgers some open room to run.
Yes, sir. They getting about roughly about 3 or 4 yards apart with their quarterback draw.
Second down and 8 for the Badgers. Braden Sanders in the backfield with Harbin. We're going to run a little bit of an option play here up the middle to O'Neal. And O'Neal's going to be stopped at about the 9. And that'll bring up 3rd down inside the 10-yard line for the Badgers.
Let's see, can the Mills Comets defense hold them right here? This would be a big stop right here.
Big test on defense here for the Comets coming up. A big 3rd down. As the Badgers will bring in some fresh legs for this 3rd down. Brenton Brasfield, one of the substitutions, as well as Sam Moore, as he's behind Harbin in the backfield. Harbin going to fake the handoff to Moore, rolls out to his right side as the ball is popped away, incomplete. Or was it a fumble? And it looks like it was. This ball is going to be taken all the way for a defensive touchdown for the Comets.
Yes, sir. Mr. Ryan White on the pickup and take it to the house. That was a great job by Mills Comets defense. I was just thinking about it would be great if the Mills Comets could get a stop right there. That was a great play right there.
Ryan White with his first touchdown of the season for the Comets on the scoop and score. Nobody was going to catch him from that one.
No, sir.
What a play there by Captain Ryan White.
I think Mr. Ryan White and Mr. Chauncey Hayes, I think they're the only 2 players that knew that ball was still alive, because once they made contact, everybody paused.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody paused except for Mr. Ryan White and Mr. Chauncey Hayes.
Very, very smart play by both of them, keeping the play going. They didn't hear the whistle, so they kept running.
Right, and Coach, one thing I know Coach Lee always he always preaching, and he always say, don't stop till that whistle blow. I think any coach would preach that. I didn't hear a whistle blow. Did you hear a whistle blow?
No, I did not.
So Mr. Wright, he kept running.
So Ricardo Gayton's PAT is good, and now we have a late flag, as we saw there was some jawing on the field after the PAT. And the Badgers are not happy after giving up a defensive touchdown to the Comets. It's Cortez Lee quickly getting out there onto the field, as there was some jawing going on out there. It looked like Ringo down there is looking a little bit shaken up, as they might have hit him on the PAT. We'll see what the signal is from the white hat. Personal foul against the Comets. This penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
I like how the referees, they be talking like how college games referees got mics. They talking like we can hear them.
Now, for a couple years, we actually had mic'd up referees at Heber Springs for our games. And I kind of wish that was more of a common thing here in high school ball, because I honestly want to know what they're saying most of the time. So the Comets extend their lead 21-0 here in the second quarter of play with 5:48 on the clock.
I think the Mills Comets is putting everybody on notice. Once you get off exit 3, it's business. They land everybody knowing this conference in the 5A Central. Once you hit exit 3, it's mean business. They mean business tonight. They putting everybody on this conference on notice.
So now the Comets have a little more room to kick it into the end zone, as it'll be kicked off from the Beebe 45-yard line.
So the penalty was on
Beebe.
because they moving them up.
Yeah. The signal, the white hat pointed as if it was on Mills.
Yes, sir. He did. He definitely did that.
Now, Comets looking to kick it away, mostly into the end zone. Well, we'll see coming up right here. And here comes the kick, and it is away down to the right side. It'll be fielded at about the 3-yard line. That's Sanders. Sanders crosses the 20-yard line, runs backwards, and look out. as Sanders, oh my goodness. Comets are going to try to catch up to him, but they won't. A 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown as Braden Sanders puts the Badgers on the board.
That was a tough one right there. I think that's the second week in a row that they have gave up a kickoff return for a touchdown.
That happened on another penalty kickoff. This time, push the Comets forward instead of last week it was backwards.
And I'm also go out on a limb. It's actually the third week. It's actually the third week they gave up the kickoff return. But when they played Blytheville, they called Blytheville kickoff return back for it. They called it back.
Now the Badgers are on the board. And an interesting lineup here to go for two. Take the snap, roll out to his left, and he's got a man there in the back of the end zone. The two-point conversion will be good, as that was Jackson Edwards to Noah Grant.
Do you know what that formation is called?
No, I do not.
It's called the swinging gate.
Swinging gate.
Yes, sir.
That was not a formation that you see very often here in the high school level.
It's really only used for like conversions, like because back when I was playing the Star City Bulldogs, they run the swing gate all the time. It was like one of their specialty formation, like a 2-point conversion. But 9 times out of 10, it usually always works.
So the Badgers put 7 on the board for Beebe, but it should be 8 on our scoreboard. That was a 2-point conversion. So now the Comets get a chance to return a kickoff for the first time tonight, as we see Akel Madison and Chauncey Haynes back deep to return for the Comets. That is Andy Rodriguez getting ready to kick it away for Beebe. That was a great touchdown return from Braden Sanders, taking it 97 yards on the kickoff return.
Yes, sir. Well, you got to give credit when credit is due. And that young man did that one.
Kept his legs churning, did not let anything stop him, as he had to go backwards a couple of yards to find some open room. That was basically a Madden touchdown. Madison returned this kickoff, and look out! And Akel Madison, he returned a touchdown last week on a kickoff, but this time the Badgers will tackle him as he almost broke away, and now a little bit of pushing and shoving and jawing going on by the Badgers, as that was Madden Harbin with a shove there. With, I believe that was Dylan Parks as well, jawing at each other after the kickoff.
Yeah, I was ready to say my phrase right there, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. But I see the BB coach is he's yelling over there on the sideline. I guess he told the kicker, do not kick it to that man. I think he heard I think he been hearing my saying. He told him that do not kick it to that man.
1st and 10 for the Comets here in Badger territory. Trips right. It's Love in motion. Ringo gets the snap. Looks, going to have to run up the middle, and he might keep it. He thinks about it for a second, and did he lose the football? I believe he held on to it. He's only gained about a yard on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 9.
With time winding down right here, I would just like to see Mr. Ringo just take care of the football. Don't get greedy and just take what the Badgers give you.
2nd down and 9 here for the Comets. 4 wide receivers, Ringo and Rojak in the backfield, as they'll give to Rodney up the middle, as we got a couple of flags down after the play.
I think it's come back for holding.
That may be the case, as that was a good run there by Rodney Jackson.
Oh, all sides.
So it'll be a defensive penalty.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So will it be offsetting penalties?
Yeah.
So here's the call, holding against the Comets. And that'll be the only penalty called on this play.
Oh, man.
So note to self, don't listen to Terry next door.
Now, I'm with Terry. The referee actually on BB's side, he actually gave the offside signal.
The White Hat only signaled holding against the Comets, and that'll be second down and long for Mills. Ringo takes the snap, looks to his right. He's going to throw it down to Parks, and Parks almost with the one-handed catch. But he was hit by Brenton Brassfield, knocking him down.
There's another penalty.
That penalty is way back in the backfield, as it could be a. There will be a penalty on the Badgers as they'll move the ball upwards. So it'll be roughing the passer against Beebe, as Beebe's been really aggressive here in the second quarter, and they're showing it with that penalty. So that'll advance the Comets up to about the 31-yard line. Second down and 4. Dylan Parks, the intended receiver. And now we have a flag on, I believe, the Badgers coach, Chris Gunter, as he is arguing down there. And he is really hot. He is letting the White Hat hear it.
He was giving the White Hat the technical foul. I don't know if he was playing football or basketball here.
So, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Badgers, and that'll be an automatic first down for the Comets. And now a timeout for the Badgers.
I really don't see why he was so upset. It may be in like the roughing the passer.
I'm not sure there, as he was really, really upset about something on the previous play. He is still talking to the White Hat down there on the sideline.
He was out to the. He was almost on the field.
Oh, he was nearly on the hash mark.
I think he was ready to play DB.
So now the Comets will take over from the 16-yard line after that penalty against sportsmanlike conduct against Beebe head coach Chris Gunter. 4:20 remaining here in the first half. And the Comets looking to extend their lead here. Ringo and Jackson in the backfield. Noble, the man in motion, and there's going to be another flag as the play begins. Maybe a false start against the Comets. And it looks like it'll be an offsides, an encroachment penalty against the Badgers.
And they've been calling it a lot tonight. I
believe the Badgers are really just anxious to get the playoff, and they're ready to go every play, so they're jumping pretty early.
Here come our big man set right here.
Or wishbone
Who's getting the
offenses.
ball? Who's getting the ball?
I don't know, man. They could give it to Charlie, they could give it to Zeke, or they could give it to Rojak. They can give it to anybody. Ringo under center. And they'll give to Rojak as Rodney is going to be pushed back a few yards. And
I think if the Badgers keep being aggressive like that, I think we might see our bread and butter play.
oh, yes. So that'll be a loss of only a couple yards on the play. Second down and about 8 for the Comets. Mikel Madison, the lone receiver, lined up on the near sideline with our wishbone set. Charlie Collins, Zeke Smith, and Rodney Jackson. Ringo under center. He's going to keep it. They're going to try to run the bread and butter to Charlie Collins. And Collins, did he catch it? No, he did not. Incomplete.
I told you, watch out for that bread and butter. They've been aggressive all night. But you have to watch out for the bread and butter.
So third down for the Comets here in the red zone. And the come out of the wishbone and have more receivers coming in, as that's KJ Ferguson, Javion Love, and Dylan Parks.
Going back to that bread and butter play right there, I think when you throw Mr. Collins the ball like that in the red zone like that, you have to throw it up. He's 6'5". I don't think no one can jump with him.
Watch out here. Trips left, and Madison, the lone receiver, on the near sideline. Ringo takes the snap, throws to Madison as Madison wasn't quite ready for it. Now a flag comes in after the play, as that might have been, there could be another defensive penalty here for the Badgers, but we'll see. Badgers barely letting up here on their aggression here on defense. Got to watch out here, not let that get to the best of them, as cooler heads will prevail. So we still have yet to see what the penalty is on that previous play, the incomplete pass. So it'll be a penalty.
An eligible man downfield.
Against the Comets.
No, 12 man on the field. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, they just had an extra lineman run off.
Miscue there for the Comets. It'll bring up 3rd down and long from the 28-yard line. First down mark is about the 5-yard line. Dylan Parks and KJ Ferguson, 2 receivers to the left, and Madison, the lone receiver, on the right. Love, the man in motion. Ringo gets the snap, looks to his left side, and he's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Comets. KJ Ferguson was wide open in the end zone, and the Comets extend their lead, but we got a flag on the play after the touchdown. As we have some more jawing, it looked like, there on the line of scrimmage, as that was a great touchdown there by KJ Ferguson from Achilles Ringo. But what will this penalty be, and will it affect the touchdown? Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Comets, and unsportsmanlike conduct against the Badgers. So those penalties will offset. The touchdown will still stand.
I think the halftime talk would be about tempers and like keeping your composure. Man, it's been a lot of personal foul penalties tonight. We just can't have that.
So with 3:14 here left to go in the first half, the Comets extend their lead 27-8, and here comes Ricardo Gayton to attempt the extra point with Achilles Ringo holding. Look out, there was a big blitz there from the Badgers, but Ricardo's PAT is good. And here Comets lead 28-8 here with 3:10 left to go here in the second quarter.
Yes, sir. Also, while we got a break right here, I would like to give a shout out to everyone that's tuning in from home, tuning in from the game. Tell a friend to like and subscribe to the Mills Sports Network. Remember, our goal is 1,000.
1,000 subscribers here for the Mills Sports Network is our goal, as we're at around 875 last time I checked earlier today. And don't forget to subscribe to all of our Natural State Sports Networks for Sylvan Hills, Maumelle, Joe T. Robinson, and of course, Mills.
Once again, I'm Darius Robinson. We got Trip Keeter. We got Scary Terry producer. We got the father and son duo and Cameron and Jake couples up there on the cameras.
It's great to have our crew here back together again for the second home game of the Comets season, as the kick is away. And Sanders on the return. He took it for a touchdown the last kickoff. He finds some open room down his right side. Comets are going to try to corral him down to the sideline. He gets to about the 45. And that's where they'll knock him down. 1st and 10 for the Badgers at about the 45-yard line. So here comes the Comets defense once again. Charlie Collins and Ryan White, one of the key players, as well as Zion Smith.
You know, I'm usually the one, I keep my phone up and watching the people from home engage in the chat and stuff like that. You got a lot of birthday wishes in the chat tonight.
How did they know? That's the scary thing.
Hey,
My birthday's tomorrow.
happy early birthday.
I think my dad has probably something to do with it. Thanks, Dad. Harbin will hand it off of the middle to Sam Moore, as it was Charlie Collins' birthday yesterday, future Arkansas Razorback, and I'll be spending my birthday tomorrow up in Fayetteville as the Hogs take on Kent State. So 2nd down and 8 here for the Badgers. Harbin going to fake the handoff, run it up the middle himself, and he's going to be taken down there by Zeke Smith. And now we got a flag down at about the 45-yard line. Make that the 35-yard line. Not sure what that was there on that penalty, but we'll see here in a second as Chauncey Haynes,
He's really upset.
not happy about whatever it may have been, as that was also Brenton Brassfield back deep. Haynes was covering on the play.
Remember I told you last week at Rivercrest, this game last year had 48 penalties. I don't know. We may be shaping up to head back that way.
Have you been keeping count of penalties?
No, I haven't been keeping count tonight. If I had to guess, we only probably about 16 penalties tonight.
So be on sportsmanlike conduct against the Badgers. That'll knock Beebe back several yards here, 2nd down and long. My goodness. That is very humbling. I'll thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. So now they got 2nd down and long for Beebe. The 1st down mark at the Comets 45-yard line, the line of scrimmage here at the Badgers' own 36-yard line. Math is hard, so I'm not counting that. Harbin takes the snap, drops back. Here comes Charlie Collins, and Collins gets the sack, and the ball pops out, but Beebe jumps on top of it.
I don't know. Charles still had the ball.
It looked like Beebe had it, but Charlie picked up the ball after the play, but they will count the sack for Charlie Collins.
Good job by Mr. Collins flexing his muscles.
Future Arkansas Razorback.
Sam Pittman is getting a ball player.
Oh, yes, he is.
And there's many more talented Mills people that can, like, Sam Pittman can recruit and get up there on the hill.
Yep, Anton Pierce and are down and long here from the 30-yard line. Harbin in shotgun. Gonna drop back. Here comes Charlie again. They got a man blocking him. And this ball is intercepted. Intercepted by the Comets. Who was that on the pick? Was that KJ Ferguson? Yes, it was. And now flags come flying after the pick. And KJ Ferguson, his first interception of the season. We're saying Anton Pierce and Jabray Shaw playing for the Hogs this season as freshmen. Sure, they saw the field a couple of times last week during the Hogs' blowout win against the Western Carolina Catamounts.
They might see it again tomorrow also.
Absolutely. I'm thinking literally Hogs by 90 tomorrow.
The Hogs is a 38-point favorite tomorrow.
Now, Comets going to meet on the sideline. I'm not sure what the call will be here. Let's see what the white hat has to say. Personal foul against the Comets.
Are they reversing the penalty, the call, the interception?
He looked like he signaled first down Beebe. So the Badgers offense will stay on the field. The interception by Ferguson will be overturned. Now the officials will talk about it at the 39-yard line as both quarterbacks We're on the field now, as it'll be a personal foul against the Comets. And so that'll be first down for Mills. That is the correct call. Good job there by our officials crew tonight, communicating together. And we first and 10 for the Comets, so count Camarion Ferguson for that interception on the previous play.
Yes, sir.
His first of the season.
Yes, sir. Good job, KJ.
Now first and 10 for the Comets. Open field is to the right, strips right. With Ringo and Rojak in shotgun. Ringo gets the snap, throws to Madison, and Madison gets the big first down, runs over a man, trying to reverse his field, still gets the first down. That'll still be a first down for the Comets, I believe, as Akel Madison.
I think that referee needs to get out the way.
So new set of downs here for the Comets, first and 10.
If I was Ringo, I'll go right back to Madison. I like this. I'm going to say it's a mismatch right here.
So had to reset the clock here, and our chain crew wasn't quite ready down the far sideline yet. They weren't lined up. As for a second, they had it lined up down there as it was second down and -2. So that'll be a first down and 10 for the Comets after that great play by Madison. Ringo gets the snap, drops back. He's going to scramble. Great pocket there by the offensive line. And he gets to Dylan Parks for another first down for the Comets. But now they're going to run the hurry-up offense here with 24 seconds left in the half.
They got to hear him get on the ball.
24 seconds on the clock. There is a flag down, but it's going to be picked up by the official. The clock will start running 20 seconds. Ringo drops back. He's going to throw to Love, and Javion Love gets away. Is he in there? No signal yet. Touchdown, Comets. What a catch by Javion Love, reaching into the end zone for a touchdown here at the end of the first half.
Yes, sir. That was a great catch by Mr. J. Love. He knew that safety was coming to deliver the ball. He held on to that ball. That was a great job by Mr. Javion Love. That's his second touchdown of the night. Kudos to him.
He's doing a great job here. Wearing number 3 for Caleb Sane. He gets his second touchdown of the night. The Comets extend their lead.
You know something? He got that number 3 on. Mr. Caleb Sane is missing from the game tonight. He's represented for his brother, his teammate. He is putting on for him. Good job, Mr. Javion Love.
Ricardo Gayton's extra point is blocked. Yeah. PAT is blocked, but your Comets still lead 34-8 here with 13 seconds left in the half.
That was a great play. That's how play right there just give you the chills there.
I know we had some photographers down there for the Comets. We've seen some great images so far on Instagram. I want to see some good pictures of J Love reaching out the ball into the end zone. That's gotta look sick.
Yeah, Mr. Ringo, he threaded the needle on that throw, and Mr. Javion Love just did the rest. He got the ball to his pocket-breaker hands, and he just let him do the rest.
Fantastic athleticism there by the senior Javion Love. Shaking off 2 defenders and reaching into the end zone for a Comets touchdown. Now your Comets lead 34-8.
I told you, when you get off that exit, when you get off exit 3, it's business. It's straight business.
So now Ricardo will kick it away from the right hash of the 40-yard line. 13 seconds to go here in the first half. Comets defense looking to get a quick couple stops here to end the half and end the first half on a high note after that touchdown by J-Lo. Ricardo kicks the ball away, and it'll soar out of bounds. Look out as it nearly hit the sousaphone over there for the band.
What kind of fall? Say it again.
Not the sousaphone?
Which one?
The big old tuba-looking thing?
No, it's called a tuba.
No, that's a sousaphone. I swear to you. I swear to you. Maybe it is a tuba.
One band, one sound.
Maybe I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I'm not in the band. It's probably in the band. Don't you mute me, Terry. I'm glad I'm up here and not down there. Those are some talented students down there for the Mills Comets marching band. I don't know what Terry was doing. So it looks like the Comets will kick it off again. After the previous kick went out of bounds. So the Comets will re-kick it here with 13 seconds left in the second quarter.
I think the Badgers want to get a decent return to try to take a shot before halftime. I wish I could flip like that.
So looks like there was a penalty on the previous play against the Comets. So a 5-yard penalty. So now Ricardo will kick it away from the 35-yard line. Kick is away. He'll kick it out of bounds once again. Illegal procedure on the Comets. So the Badgers will have a 1st and 10. Are we going to kick it away again? Because the special teams units are on the field still.
Let him kick.
There must have been a couple of false starts here for the Comets. So now that'll knock him back 2 5-yard penalties back to the 30-yard line.
We did this last week too at River Chris.
Yes. We were kicking from what, the 10-yard line
We
last?
did. We kicked from the 10-yard line last week.
So I believe Ricardo is intentionally kicking it out of bounds to prevent another return, as this one is a line drive down the middle. So that's Moore on the return for Beebe. Gets away to this left side. The Comets are going to have to bring him down the 50-yard line with 4 seconds left, and another flag is down as there's some more barking going on down there with the Badgers.
Guess what? We had 21 penalties. 21.
Now that's a throwback. Now I kind of wish, I'm a little bit hoping that we can get to 25 so we can quote SpongeBob. Thought of something funnier than 24. 25. So now the officials discussing the previous kickoff return. So it may be offsetting penalties, offsetting unsportsmanlike conducts. And no, it looks like it'll be on the Badgers as the ball is going to be taken back. Personal foul against the Badgers. And after 4 seconds of play, don't forget our Akel's Carpet One halftime show. As D-Rob and I will discuss the first half.
Yes.
Brought to you by Akel's Carpet One. 3 convenient locations here in Little Rock. Carpet One is a proud sponsor of Natural State Sports.
Yes, sir.
So 1st and 10 with 4 seconds left on their own 35-yard line. It looks like they're just going to line up and kneel the ball here to end the first half, and they will. And that'll do it. Your first half score, Comets lead 34-8 here at halftime. We'll be right back with the Akel's Carpet One halftime show right here on the Mills Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.
Labor Day sale at Akel's Flooring and Cabinets.
Take advantage of store-wide savings.
Carpet,
Tile,
cabinets, and more.
up to 50% off, sales tax paid.
see store for details. At Akel's Flooring and Cabinets, we make it beautiful
For less.
for less.
For less.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.
The Beebe High School Marching Band will now perform the first movement, Ring Around the Rosie, from their 2023 show, Toy Box of Terror. Drum major Zachary Graystock, is your band ready?
Is he from Mills or Beebe? Is he from Mills or Beebe? Beebe. Oh.
You may now take the field in exhibition.
Are you ready? We got a train of thought already. Come on. I said, look, we got a train of thought already.
And we welcome you to our Akel's Carpet One halftime show as you see the Beebe Badgers marching band on the field right now. And a great first half, both offensively and defensively, for the Mills Comets in the first half.
Yes, sir. It's been a great football game on both sides versus Beebe and Mills. But, like, for the past 2 weeks, I don't want to say that the game is shadowed over because the referees flag. But it's still been a great night of football besides that.
Now, most of the time, this game I've noticed so far is that you can't help but agree with the officials penalty-wise, as they do have good reason to throw those flags every single time. And it has been mostly penalties against Beebe, as they've been showing a lot of aggression on defense, mostly jumping off sides and a couple times even running into Achilles Ringo long after he threw the ball.
Yes, sir. But let's talk about Achilles Ringo. Let's flip the switch right quick. In our pregame, we stated how he's Mr. Lean State in passing, 7-7 completion rate, and also he's up there in touchdowns and stuff like that. I think he is showcasing tonight, like why he's like the best, if not the best quarterback in Arkansas right now, even maybe the nation. I'm gonna put him up there because I'm gonna root for the kid because he's in Arkansas.
Leading the state in passing yards with over 700 in only 2 games. Now that is impressive for a senior quarterback at this level, D-Ron.
Yes, sir. And we talked about also like Coach Scoop, the offensive coordinator. He was telling us about how this year, like, their main focus has been depth. And I actually can say you have actually, like, seen it, especially on tonight. Usually the first 2 games, it was like we was like Madison, and little Dylan Parks here. But, like, tonight, I see the Mills coming has featuring Javian Love tonight. Javian Love has 2 touchdowns. Hit 2 tough catches for touchdowns. Like, I'm just excited that the direction that the Mills Comets is going in for this, like, opening round of conference play.
Absolutely. J Love showing a lot of fight there every single time the ball is thrown his way. And that last touchdown that he got at the end of the second quarter was an amazing showing of athleticism, reaching into the end zone as his feet were at about the 3-yard line, but he still reached the ball a good yard into the end zone.
Yes, sir. Like that was an amazing play right there by a heck of a playmaker. But like, let's flip the switch again. Let's talk about this defense.
Yes.
Let's talk about this Mills Comets defense. This Mills Comets defense has been. I ain't gonna say they've been playing lights out tonight, but when it's time for a play to be made, they has been making in the absence of Caleb Sang.
The only time that the Badgers have scored so far in this game has been a Braden Sanders kickoff return for a touchdown. So the Beebe offense still have yet to score here in this ball game.
Yeah, like I said, I've been giving a lot of kudos to Coach Hicks. Coach Hicks is the defensive coordinator for the Mills Comets. He has been scheming, dialing up the good defense since he's been here, part of the Mills Comets dynasty. I'm just excited to see the rest of this game, see what this Mills Comets defense and Coach Hicks and company bring to the table.
Now, I've noticed the biggest strength so far here in the first half for both teams was their own defensive line, because if you see every single play that the quarterback drops back, defensive line is penetrating through into the pocket and getting back there quick, and it's been a problem for both quarterbacks.
Yeah, we talked about the next man up because the absence of Kayla Sane. And I think the next man up that showed his play was Mr. Zeke Smith.
Yes.
Mr. Zeke Smith is playing in the middle of the trench. He's playing that D tackle, that nose guard spot. He's been in the backfield almost every time, enforcing his will. So it has really been great.
Yeah, Zeke Smith has been stepping up here. He's only a junior, so he still has one more year to go to put under his belt. And also the defensive line mostly being led by Razorback commit Charlie Collins. I call it Charlie Collins doing Charlie Collins things, as he had 3 touchdowns last week, and now he's also playing another key part once again here for the Comets.
On the way to the game today, I seen a post was shared. And he was on the front of the flyer this week, and somebody posted Charlie Mack. He's like a Mack truck when he's coming, full freight, like freight train coming.
I love it. So we're about 2 minutes, 20 seconds here remaining in halftime, and that'll do it. Thank you for joining us for our Akel's Carpet One halftime show. We'll be right back with the second half of play right here on the Mills Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Project Zero is a 501c3 nonprofit with one goal, and that is to have 0 kids in foster care waiting to be adopted.
And we're hoping to have 0 kids waiting. That's our whole goal, Project Zero.
It means no kid is forgotten, and there are people always fighting for kids to find their forever family, no matter how old they are.
There's not awareness out there. I don't think people understand the need that we have here in our own state for these children who are wonderful children waiting for forever families.
I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Checks big and I'm sure that hurts, but it's checkmate. We ain't selling short, know the work. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind, cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah, man, we coming for them bags. If they said I couldn't have, get the team. I got a vision for the things you ain't believe. And here's the motto
nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. On the way. On the way. Yeah. On the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
And we welcome you back here to Comets Stadium here on Dixon Road, exit 3 here in South Little Rock, as your Mills Comets lead the Beebe Badgers 34-8 going into the second half of play. And glad to have you with us here live from Comets Stadium. Trip Keeter alongside Darius Robinson. Our producer and engineer is Terry Jordan. And on top of the press box on our high camera is Jake Couples. And now for the first time this season, as you could probably see during our break, Cameron Couples is on the sideline camera for the first time this season. So we're going to have some new angles for the second half of play, D-Rob.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to see young Cameron down there on the field. Cameron working at. Listen, I'm not tech savvy, so I'm not going to say much about it. Kudos to him. I'm giving kudos to everybody tonight. Kudos to him because I wouldn't be able to do it.
Absolutely. And so we are excited to continue our second half of play as the Comets will return the kickoff to start the second half, as the Comets had a great explosive end to the second half, and I'm sure the conversation in the Beebe locker room was discipline because they were showing a lot of aggression and a lot of fight in the first half.
Yes, sir. I think, yes, like you hit it right there on the nail, discipline. Discipline just could take you so far in this football, just this football world. Like, without discipline, like, you can't get nowhere. And it go for really just both sides.
Absolutely. You got to remember to keep it between the white lines. And
yes, sir.
If the whistle blows, it means you got to stop. And a couple of times, the Badgers seem to have forgotten that, and that cost them a couple of penalties. And even a penalty was an unsportsmanlike penalty on head coach Chris Gunter, as a incomplete pass play he was not happy about it on that one, and that gave the Comets some really good space on the field.
As we getting ready, as BB getting ready to kick the ball up, this is the phase of the game I want to see the Mills Comets. Oh my God!
And a quick onside kick there by the Badgers, instantly returned and caught by Dylan Parks. Great awareness there by the Comets on special teams. Now the Comets will take over 1st and 10 from about the 49-yard line.
Oh, my God. Mr. Ian Struder just, blew somebody up right there. Oh, my God.
The Badgers came in quick there as they were charging all together. Almost looked like it was the old flying wedge formation there on the kickoff.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one in a long time.
So now 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Comets will start the game on offense. Ringo and Rojak in the backfield. Will give to Rodney up the middle. Gets about 5, make it 6 yards on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Comets.
Yes, sir. Just want to give a quick shout out to Maddie for supplying us for our cold Gatorades for halftime.
Absolutely. Very, very kind act of generosity there. Appreciate it a whole lot. And it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Comets. Trips right. Ringo and Rojak in shotgun. Ringo takes the snap, and he is going to be pulled down back at the 50-yard line. That was Samuel Keller there on the stop for the Badgers.
That was a big-time defensive play right there.
Ringo wasn't quite ready for the blitz there.
I don't think he's seen him.
No, he was looking to throw it deep, and that'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Comets. 4 wide receivers on both the left and right. Ringo and Rojak in shotgun again. Ringo drops back, gets a good pocket there, and he throws to Madison, and Madison inside the 30 to about the 28. And a big first down there for the Comets on 3rd down.
I almost brought out my Chris Berman impersonation right there. When Madison caught that that ball, he did this almost with that whoop.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 29-yard line for the Comets. Good play there by Kel Madison, a standout receiver for the Comets this season.
Yes, sir.
Now Javion Love in motion. Ringo gets the snap, looks, finds Park at the 20, and Dylan gets the first down again for the Comets inside the red zone at about the 16, make it the 17-yard line. So good there. Catch and throw there by Ringo to Dylan Parks. Another set of downs for the Comets here in the red zone.
Yeah, that's Mr. Trip Kerry say a little give and go action right there.
Yes. So a very quick opening drive here in the second half is handoff to Rodney Jackson. And Jackson gets a good couple of yards. He was carrying a Beebe Badger there for a few yards and tackled about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, he wasn't going down these, so he said, you know what, you come on, take this ride with me then.
I'll take you with me if I have to. So now second down for the Comets.
Shout out to the field camera, man. I just seen the little action on the camera. Shout out to the field camera.
Cameron Couples, our sideline camera operator, and Jake Couples, his father, on top of the press box in our high camera. As Ringo, with the quarterback keeper up the middle, only gains about a yard. And the couple of the offensive linemen for the Comets trying to communicate a bit with the Mills sideline. Now it's third down at about 5 here for the Comets in the red zone. That is Brian Williams coming out of the game for the Comets.
Here come our favorite set.
Now the wishbone offense on third down here for the Comets with Zion, Rojak, and Charlie in the backfield. They'll give to Charlie Collins, the future hog, and Charlie carrying a couple of guys that take basically the entire Beebe defense to bring him down after a gain of about 3 yards.
Oh, man, that was a tough one right there. I don't know if I agree with that play call right there, man. If anything, I probably went bread and butter right there. If Mr. Collins get the ball, I think he got to keep it inside. He tried to bounce it outside right there. I think he should have kept it inside, just kept them legs pushing.
So now fourth down and about 4 yards here for the Comets as the offense will stay in the wishbone with Akel Madison, the lone receiver, lined up to the right on the hash marks. Zion Smith, Ronnie Jackson, and Charlie Collins lined up in the backfield in the wishbone. Now Ringo will hand it off to Charlie, and can Charlie push his way to get the first down? Yes, he can at about the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Comets.
Exactly what I just said, man. Keep the ball inside. Let him use that power, that God-given power.
Ball is spotted at about the 6-yard line. First and goal, staying in the wishbone formation. Ringo under center. Handed off up the middle to Zion Smith. And he was taken down at about the 2-yard line. Good run there on the play, nearly getting to the end zone. Bring up second down and goal from the 1.
I see him doing the same play right there.
Up the middle to Zion?
Yes, sir. Up the middle to Zion. Either up the middle to Zion or you let Mr. Ringo take it in.
Second down and goal from the 1-yard line. And we'll see a QB sneak from Ringo, but there may have been a false start on the Comets. What could have been a Achilles Ringo touchdown. Looks like will be called back. And the official is still talking about it as a flag was thrown from the sideline. It'll be an offside penalty on the Badgers, so that'll be half the distance to the goal at basically the 1-inch mark. Comets staying in the wishbone. We might see another QB sneak here, and we will from Ringo. Can he get in there with the scrum? No signal just yet, as he has stopped just shy of the goal line.
That was a good stand by the Beebe Badgers right there.
So now third down and goal from inside the 1-yard line, right behind the goal line. You're going to see a lot of blocking and block shedding here from the trenches. Ringo will try to run it up the middle again. Is he stopped again? And yes, he is. Touchdown, Comets. Achilles Ringo with a QB sneak as the ball popped out after the play, but it is still a touchdown for the Comets. Some physicality there by both teams, and now Ringo, the last man to get up, and now a flag is thrown way after the whistle. There's a lot of physicality going on down there in the goal line. What was basically a rugby scrum into the end zone for a touchdown by Achilles Ringo. And another flag is thrown. As the Badgers.
Man, this past tour, man, these student athletes have to learn, like, you can't talk to the refs like that, man.
And now the Badgers will burn their first timeout of the second half. And the White Hat sealing a unsportsmanlike conduct against the Badgers. So the PAT will be half the distance to the goal. There is a second unsportsmanlike conduct against the Badgers. So now a player has been ejected from the Badgers. A Beebe player has been ejected. As that could be Brenton Brastfield, who's ejected from the ball game. As he's walking off the sideline to the Beebe locker room. As the officials did not like what he had to say, so now he is out of the ball game.
And yep, and I think he will be out of the ball game next week also.
So a tough loss there for the Badgers as Brastfield has been disqualified from the contest. And a lot of jawing has been going on here for both teams, but good job by the Comets. Comets showing a lot of discipline here in this ball game and letting the cooler heads prevail here, being the more disciplined team here on the field. So now Ricardo Gayton will attempt the PAT. The snap will be from just behind the goal line. And look out, as that one was almost blocked, but it is still good for Ricardo Gayton. And we got a player down slow to get up, but looks like he is okay for the Comets. As that was Gabriel Stewart slow to get up, but he's back up and jogging off the field. So your Comets extend their lead 41-8 here with 6:25 left in the third quarter.
Yes, sir. That was a great drive right there. The Mills Comets opening drive to take it down and score a touchdown right there. Like I said, when you get off that exit 3, it's business.
And a great job once again by the Comets, showing a lot of discipline this season. Great job there by Cortez Lee, making sure his guys know, hey, keep your cool, and we can still win the ball game. And now we are up big, 41-8.
Yes,
and now
sir.
looky here, as the Comets are going to kick it away from the Beebe 30-yard line. As we saw this last week at Rivercrest. So those two, it looks like one of the, at least maybe both of the unsportsmanlike conducts are being enforced here on the kickoff. So now the Comets have an easy kickoff to
It
the
looks
badge from the 20-yard line.
It looks like a little, is it XFL? Is it XFL do this type of kickoff? Yeah,
Sort of, I guess so.
Little XFL action right there.
It's more so an indoor football lineup, as the XFL is a very unique kick return, a much safer and some say a more exciting kickoff lineup, as it'll be a low onside kick and almost loses the ball, as Comets could have had a chance to return it. But that was Dylan Jones there bringing the ball down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Badgers at about the 15-yard line. Now the Mills cheerleaders leading a cheer here for the Comets fans down below us, stomping their feet.
Yes, sir. They got the stadium rocking, keeping the fans alive and in this, keeping this energy alive.
It's a great, great atmosphere here for the Dixon Road Dynasty. The 1st and 10 for the Badgers on the 14-yard line, their own 14-yard line. Coming into this game, the Badgers have yet to score on offense, their lone touchdown being a kickoff return by Braden Sanders.
Yes, sir. This Mill defense has been playing hard tonight. Coach Hitch put these boys in the right position to succeed the game plan for tonight.
Mason Harbin and Sam Moore in the backfield. As Harbin will hand it off to Moore. Moore running it to the far sideline. Down to his right side. Gets the first down just barely. He is tripped up at about the 25, and one of the officials threw his hat on the play.
Was that a hat?
That was a hat. I saw it take his hat off and threw it instead of the flag. So now the white hat and a hatless official discussing the previous play on the far sideline.
As we say, no cap.
Still some discussion going on down at the sideline by the officials. I'm honestly curious to see what the call will be as he decided to throw his hat instead of the flag. When normally when an official would throw his hat is because he doesn't have his flag anymore.
Oh my
And
God.
it looks like it'll be a penalty on the Comets. May have been a late hit out of bounds.
Talk to me, white hat.
Face mask against the Comets is the call. Be a penalty as offside targeting against the Comets. So it'll be first down for the Badgers at their own 40-yard line.
Targeting.
It's the first time I've seen a targeting call this season. And a face mask call.
I didn't see the targeting, though, man.
It's hard to see from up here, that's for sure.
I need some glasses.
So now 1st and 10 for Beebe at their own 40-yard line. Harbin in the backfield. He'll hand it off to Sam Moore, and Moore tries to run it up the middle, gets about 3 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd down with about 6. There were 7. .545 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Badgers looking to get their first offensive score of the game.
Mr. Mason, the quarterback in charge. Let's see, can he put a drive together?
Trips left, open field to the left for Beebe on 2nd down. Harbin hands off to Moore up the middle, and Moore gets the first down. It gains an extra 5 on the play to about the 45 into Comets territory for an extra set of downs.
Yes, sir. They can run that ball now.
Oh, yes. So a fresh set of downs here for the Badgers. The Badger offense moving the ball down the field pretty well here in the 2nd half. Trips left once again with Harbin and Moore in the backfield. O'Neal, the man in motion. And now Moore in motion. Harbin takes the snap, drops back. He's going to throw it to his left side. Jump ball, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by the Comets.
Oh, my God.
My God. On the celebration, he's knocked down by his teammates. That was Miles Castor, the junior, with the interception, stopping the Badgers dead in their tracks.
He made up for that drop interception from earlier.
As he was knocked down accidentally by Ian Streeter, celebrating that interception down by the sideline. And now the Comets stopping the Badgers' offensive momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
I'll look forward to the Bills to take a shot right here. I have to take a shot right here. take a shot downfield.
1st and 10 for the Comets on their own. I believe that's the 17-yard line. Ringo and Rojak in motion, trips left, open field to the left. Love, the man in motion. They'll give it up the middle to Rojak, and look out, he's got some open room this time. Gets about 4 yards. There's a flag down, as that may have been a horse collar or a face mask. That was basically a clothesline tackle there on Rojak, and flag was thrown.
What did he call?
I haven't seen the signal yet. Here comes the white hat to tell us about it. The personal foul, face mask against the Badgers. So it was a face mask, automatic first down for the Comets.
He tried to get Mr. Bojack, man. Mr. Bojack is every little bit of like 5'5", 5'6", and like he tried.
Rodney Jackson, the tough running back to bring down for sure. Standing at 5'7".
Oh, I shorted him a couple of inches.
He is absolutely using his height to an advantage. Don't sleep on short running backs now. They play a key factor. Now 1st and 10 for the Comets. Ringo throws to his left side before Madison was ready for it, so it's incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Line of scrimmage at the Comets' own 39-yard line. 2nd down and 10, as we've got a couple of fresh legs down there, as Eli Noble is lined up, trips right alongside Javion Love and Dylan Parks. And Akel Madison, the lone wide receiver, to the left side on 2nd down and 10. Ringo is going to keep it himself down to the right side. Good run there by Achilles, as he gets about 7 yards on the play for, and 2nd down brings up 3rd and about 2.
I think Mr. Ringo went in halftime. He changed his wardrobe a little bit. I think he went in there and put his running shoes on.
Oh, yes.
You see him with the highlight green cleats out there. Swag. Mr. Swag. As the kids say now, you're dripped.
3rd down and 2 for the Comets. And now a flag is thrown. False start is going to be against the Comets. Set them back 5 yards. Glad to have you with us here on the Mills Sports Network. Trip Keeter alongside Darius Robinson. And our producer engineer is Terry Jordan. Our high camera is operated by Jake Couples. And our sideline camera is being operated by Cameron Couples. Our first time we have a sideline camera this season.
God bless you, brother.
Now 3rd down and 8. Ringo gets the snap, drops back. The pocket's collapsing fast. He's going to have to run it away, but he's pulled down in the backfield by Dylan Jones. And now a flag is thrown, a couple flags after the play.
I must say, that was a heck of a sack right there.
Oh, yeah.
He pulled him down with one hand.
One hand grabbing his shoulder pad. So now we had 3 flags be thrown after the play was over. I'm interested to see what these will be. Here we go. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Badgers. And another unsportsmanlike conduct against the Comets. So a player has been ejected.
Was it the Mills player?
I believe so. I'm not seeing anyone.
He already came off the field.
Possibly.
Mr. Brian Williams?
Possibly. I can't quite see. So now it'll be 4th down. Comets being set to punt it away for the first time tonight.
I think this week's going to be a long talk about discipline.
Oh, yes.
This the second week in a row that both teams has a player ejected on both sides.
Caleb Sane was ejected last week at Rivercrest. That's why he is not on the field today, has not dressed out. And now we have a second player ejected for the Comets, but we have not identified it yet.
I think it's Mr. Brian Williams. I see him storm off the field pretty upset. I'm going to say Mr. Brian Williams.
Didn't see him get walked off the field to the locker room. But it is an ejection for the Comets. So now Achilles Ringo getting set to punt it away, but he's still chatting with the coaches down on the sideline. So I believe the game clock operator resetting the clock here is what officials calling for. Back deep to return this punt will be Caleb O'Neill for the Badgers. First time the Comets punting it away this evening, and now the Comets.
Yes, sir. I think that, if I'm mistaken, the Mills Comets has scored on every drive just about, correct?
I believe so. This is the first drive the Comets have not scored today. So their first time having to punt the ball away. As the Comets lead 41-8 here with 2:36 left in the third quarter.
Thank you for everyone that's tuning in from home. Don't forget to tell a friend to like and subscribe to the Mills Sports Network.
Yes, I have not seen where our subscriber count is right now, but earlier today I checked, we had 875 subscribers.
Oh, we got 884 right now.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Our goal is to get up to 1,000 here on the Mills Sports Network, and don't forget to also subscribe to our Natural State Sports family of networks for Sylvan Hills, Robinson, and
check this
Mondale.
out. We got 885 now because I got to practice what I preach because I had to subscribe myself. Shame on me.
So now O'Neal will let the ball bounce and return this punt down to the right side. He's got some open room, and look out. As Caleb O'Neal is going to take this punt, but he is caught by Charlie Collins at the 19-yard line. Charlie Collins saving a punt return for a touchdown.
Yes, sir. That was a great hustle by Mr. Charleston Collins right there. He saved a big touchdown because Mr. O'Neal was rumbling home. Beebe Badgers, they set up that wall over there.
Great job there by the Beebe Badgers giving Caleb O'Neal some open room. Unfortunately, he was not faster than Charlie Collins. So it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 18-yard line for the Badgers. Their previous drive being cut short by an interception. Handed off up the middle to Sam Moore. It was a really good interception in the last drive by Miles Castor, stopping the BB offense on the previous drive, and now the Badgers looking to get their first offensive score of the game here in the third quarter. Now, Madden Harbin lined up in the backfield. Ball is dropped there by Mason Harbin, and he's going to run it himself. He is hit at about the 6-yard line, and now, did he lose the football?
I feel like he lost that ball.
Some of the comments were saying they have it, but the officials called him down.
Let me tell you something about that kid Mason. He's been big like that all his life. I actually coached against him. Me and Mr. Scary Terry over there, we coached against him in the Pee Wee Cabot Football League. He's been big like that all his life.
And a holding penalty against the Badgers will set them back on 2nd down after a quarterback keeper by Mason Harbin. Mason was lined up in the backfield with his brother Madden at running back. So now 2nd down and long for the Badgers. Ball at about the 29-yard line. The first down at about the 8. So Madden and Mason in shotgun in the backfield. Man in motion. And Mason will keep it himself up the middle again. And the Comets are going to stop him in his tracks. They'll bring up 3rd down for the Badgers as the Comets defense
are flexing their muscles.
Oh,
right
yes, as they should, because they have kept the Badgers out of the end zone all game so far. The Badgers only score a kickoff return touchdown for about 97 yards by Braden Sanders.
What I say, when you come to X3, it's just business. It's not personal. It's just business.
And we're going to do a snap count and make the Comets jump off sides as the Comets were ready for it. So it'll be an offside penalty against the Comets. Potentially a 5-yard penalty. Whitehead not yet signaling it. Having a discussion with the officiating crew. So it looks like it's going to be a penalty against the Badgers as the ball is being moved back. So instead of a offsides against the Comets, it'll be false start against Beebe. So repeat 3rd down after that 5-yard penalty. 3rd down and long here with just over a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Comets defense doing a great job so far in the first 3 quarters. Now Mason will drop back, throw to the end zone, jump ball caught in the end zone. No, it is dropped, incomplete. Great job there on defense by KJ Ferguson on the coverage. Knocking the ball out of the receiver's hands, incomplete. Stopping the first offensive score for the Badgers, now 4th down.
That was a great play right there by the Mills Comets back end right there.
Great coverage there by Camarion Ferguson.
Mr. Mason threw that ball up to dear God. Just hope that his man came down with the ball.
It's almost a Hail Mary play. So now it's 4th down and long, and the Badgers will go for it.
I think he will do the same thing.
Now Mason Harbin drops back. Look out. He's got a couple of Comets blitzing on him. Ball is incomplete as that was KJ Ferguson on the coverage again. Turnover on downs. Comets take over with 53 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yes, sir.
Great job on defense by the Comets.
Yes, sir. Game. You stole the words right out of my mouth. Good job about Mills Comets defense.
Been a lockdown defense by the Comets. And now a flag comes down at the Beebe sideline. Before both teams can line up for the next drive, it'll be a sideline violation against the Badgers. Their first of the game. Sideline warning. So now the Comets will take over 1st and 10. Keeping most of our guys on offense. Trips right.
That's a man. They going man to man across the board.
That's Dylan Parks and Jay Love. And Akel Madison lined up on the right side. Ringo takes the snap, drops back. He's going to throw it to Madison deep. Madison's going to try to get there, and he's just overthrown. As Madison was not running full speed, incomplete. If he was a split second earlier, D-Rob, he would have had a touchdown.
I just said it was. I'm larger from Hills, straight fingertips. I said man-to-man across the board, and I think Mr. Ringo, he noticed it was man-to-man across the board. Found your mismatch. He seen his mismatch. He tried to exploit it.
Lined up at wide receiver. First time I've seen him on the field this season, D-Rob, is Zay Williams, the senior. Lone receiver to the left side. Well, J-Love in motion, they'll give it to him. J-Love will try to cut up the middle, and Beebe will swarm him in the backfield. They'll bring up 3rd down for the Comets.
What a time stop.
Good question is, we got Tree McGee. Was slow to get up, but he's back on his feet. It was Krishawn McGee for the Comets. Nickname is Tree. I love that. So now 3rd down and about 11 for the Comets. 4 wide receivers lined up. As I believe that's Chauncey Haynes. The backfield with Ringo. Ringo drops back. He's going to look out. Gets away. Almost sacked from behind. And he's still on his feet. Oh, my goodness. Going to try to find someone to throw it to. As he's going to have to go out of bounds as nobody was open. And now a flag comes flying as he was hit late past the sideline. And now we have a Badger down on the field as well.
Mr. Ringo got to throw that ball away.
Yes, he did. And there's nobody open. He was trying to find somebody. You could see him signaling, get open, but he had to run out of bounds, and now we have a Badger down. Can't quite see who that is. Now that penalty will move the ball up the field for the Comets. At least it should, as there was a late hit penalty on the previous play. And he has not moved down there, D-Rob.
It's not a good sign right now.
Not a good sign, as he is. Looks like there is also a holding penalty against the Comets as the white hat is signaling.
When there's a play like that, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a holding somewhere.
They'll repeat 3rd down for the Comets on this next play, but first, got to make sure this young man is okay. Still yet to see what number it is, so we can't quite identify who it is just yet, but he has been laying there face down, barely moving. Not responding, not moving at all.
Yeah, we just continue to just keep our prayers for the kids.
Sure, we'll take a break real quick. We'll be right back on the Mills Sports Network. And we welcome you back to Comets Stadium, as that was Zane Orvis shaken up on the previous play. Luckily, they got him to sit up, and now they're helping him off to the sideline as he's looks like he is going to be okay, thankfully. After a long time, he was just motionless on the field, but thankfully he is up back on his feet walking off to the sideline.
Yes, sir. That's always a great sign to see when somebody can walk off on their own power. We're just going to continue to keep Mr. Zane always in our prayers, keep his family in his prayers, and just wish him for the best.
So back in action here as they're It might help him off to the ambulance, it looks like, as the crew is on their way to the sideline to check him out. So now 3rd down for the Comets here on offense, and now the Comets.
4th quarter. If you at home and you in these stands, you watching on live, throw your forwards up for the 4th quarter.
Your Comets lead 41-8 going into the 4th quarter. It'll be a 3rd down and about 6 to start the 4th as your Comets have led the entire game. The only time that the Badgers have been able to get into the end zone was a kick return touchdown for about 97 yards by Braden Sanders. And that was a great play by Sanders as well, as he ran away basically from the entire defense. Ran backfield a couple times too, but ran all the way down the sideline for a touchdown, for a 73-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. But that has been the only score for the Badgers tonight, as their offense have gotten into the red zone a couple of times, but then have either gotten knocked back or turned the ball over entirely. Now the Mills Comets marching band back jamming out again down to our right side, doing what they do best.
Jam.
So now 3rd down, about 6 yards for the Comets going into the 4th quarter. 4 wide receivers lined up. Ringo going to throw it to Chauncey Haynes. And Haynes gets about 3 yards, about the 40-yard line, 4th down. Now I have another Badger down, but this time it's Caleb O'Neal, as he looks like he has
It may be a cramp. They're like a cramp.
Because he is rolling on the field down there. A lot of pain. Must have been a cramp of some kind. It looks like it is.
A cramp.
He's gonna
Listen, I know that roll from anywhere.
Oh, yeah. It are. Training crews from both Beebe and Mills working together tonight, as it's a good sign, showing of teamwork by both schools.
As we say, dream work, make the team work.
Look at Terry.
Or as we say, one team, one dream.
Oh, yes. Caleb still being stretched out there. Must have been a really bad cramp, possibly a Charlie horse. No, Terry. He's going to make his way out to the sideline on his own after getting helped out there by our athletic trainer here for Mills. So he's good to see that he's on his feet on his own.
We got the big bro.
So now the wishbone offense here for the Comets here on 4th down at about 3. And they'll give up the middle, and I don't think did he reach for the 1st down, as that was Zeke Smith? And I believe so. It looks like he did get the 1st down.
As they say, move the chains.
Good push there by the offensive line to give Zeke the room. And now it's a fresh set of downs for the Comets. It looks like the Comets are going to try to run the clock out here with 11:20 to go. What in the world is that? What was that? Some weird sound just blasted through the PA system here, as we don't normally have we normally have Reggie Swinton announcing the game. He is not present tonight, as he is at his son's football game. So I'm not sure what that was.
It sounded like a big roar.
It sounded like an engine starting or something. Now the wishbone offense once again for the Comets. They'll give to Charlie up the middle. Gets about 2 yards. I don't know if that picked up very well on our broadcast, but that was one of the most unusual things I've ever heard.
As they said, I was so scared.
That sounded like a Mack truck engine or something revving up, and it's really loud. Everybody in the stands is looking back up here like, what in the world was that? So now 3rd down and about 7 for the Comets. The Comets going to try to run the ball here on the ground, let the clock roll as they'll give up to Smith up the middle. Only gain about a yard, 4th down. So the clock will remain running here with just over 10 minutes to go here in regulation. Comets have led the ball game since their very first offensive drive, which was a 95-yard drive from the 5-yard line, handing in a 1-yard touchdown. Now 4th down here for the Comets. Javion Love coming into the game, replacing Hayden Moreland. He's going to line up at receiver. So the Comets looks like they'll take the timeout, their 2nd timeout of the half. Here at 4th down in the 4th quarter. So they little injury update here as the crew brought out the stretcher from the ambulance for Zane Orvis. Looks like they're taking it back as thankfully Zane is going to be okay. Also had Caleb O'Neal, who had a cramp during this drive and was able to get back up on his feet and lightly jog off to the sideline. So now it'll be 4th down for the Comets. They're in the 4th quarter as the Comets are up big 41-8 over the Beebe Badgers. Now we see down there on the huddle is Razorback commit Charlie Collins. He's grooving to the marching band down there in the huddle. Well, let's see what the Comets drew up here during that timeout on 4th down. 4th and about 6. It looks like the Comets will line back up in the wishbone. If I believe that's Javion Love and Akel Madison lining up at receiver. And our regular guys in the backfield for the wishbone being Zion Smith, Charlie Collins, and Rodney Jackson. Now Achilles will take the snap, looks to his left. That's Madison down the right side. That is incomplete down to the near sideline. So turnover on downs for the Comets. That ball was deflected by, I believe that was Caleb O'Neal coming back onto the field.
He missed Mr. Julian Love on the other side, like streaking on the other side by himself.
So a turnover on downs here for the Comets as your Mills Comets lead 41-8 here with just under 9:30 left to go here in the 4th.
Let's see, can these Mills Comets finish strong?
Glad to have you join us for Mills Comets football here on the Mills Sports Network. Trip Keeter alongside Darius Robinson. Our producer engineer tonight is Terry Jordan, and on our high camera is Jake Couples, and our field camera operator is Cameron Couples. Cameron getting some training down there on the sideline. For the first time this season, we have a sideline camera, so safe to assume we'll see that for the rest of the season. So now a new quarterback in for Beebe as they'll hand it off up the middle. As the new quarterback for Beebe is Ty McCormick. As that was Sam Moore again, a running back for the Badgers. And he gets the first down. So Ty McCormick, the sophomore quarterback, getting some minutes here in the 4th quarter. Now McCormick gets the snap, going to hand it off to Moore again. This time he is taken down after about a yard on the play, as that was Ian Streeter on the tackle for the Comets. Brings up 3rd down. Make that 2nd down. As the Comets defense has been playing lockdown all game long.
All game.
As we've been saying, D-Rob, the Badger offense got into the red zone a couple times, but have not yet scored, as the only score was a kick return by Braden Sanders. So McCormick drops back. Look out as he had Charlie Collins right in front of him, as that was a 6'5" Charlie Collins right in front of a 5'6" Ty McCormick. A future Razorback right in your face is a little bit intimidating, I must say, as a sophomore. So he had to throw it away quickly. It was nearly picked off.
It was a great job by him to get the ball. I think he had
Yes.
to put that ball pretty high.
Now 3rd down and 11 here for Beebe. McCormick will hand it off to, no, he'll fake the handoff, run it up the middle, and he gets the first down, still getting some open field as he was taken down at about the 18 on the play.
Okay, Mr. Ty McCormick.
Great bounce back there by Ty McCormick.
Yes, sir.
Previous play, he had to throw it away because he saw Charlie Collins right in front of him. This time he takes the ball himself, gets a first down to about the 19-yard line. First down, Beebe.
Hey, Tom McCoy said, don't let this size fool you. He said he can play with the best of them.
About 8 minutes left here in the 4th. McCormick leading the Badgers here on offense. Will hand it off to Moore. Once again, Moore runs around to his right side as he is hit out of bounds. I believe that was Zay Stribling, senior receiver and DB for the Comets. 2nd down. Now a cool moment here as both bands have their phone flashlights on, waving at each other.
I'm waving too.
I love it when bands do that.
That's how we say hello.
Ty McCormick
Watch out.
drops back. It's nearly sacked by Charlie Collins, but he threw it away mid-sack. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. Look,
It's the whole crowd.
this is awesome. Almost the entire Mills crowd here on the home side is joining the BB Badgers band, waving around the iPhone flashlights. That is awesome. All the fans are having a blast down here. When the Comets are on the field, every time there's a Comets ball game, it seems to be a party here down here on Dixon Road.
Yes, sir. When you get off on that exit 3,
It's showtime.
it's showtime. It's straight business. Not personal, just business.
Well, that was fantastic. Now a timeout here on the field by, I believe, Beebe, their first timeout of the half.
Let's talk about, as the Mills Comets is closing this game, next week we're traveling to Pine Bluffs to play the Watson Chapel Wildcats
Yes.
at Wildcat Stadium.
I believe there's a natural grass surface. First time playing on natural grass this season.
Yes, sir.
Because we're more accustomed to the field turf that you see on the field right now. We played on it on another field turf field up in Rivercrest last week.
Yes, sir.
So it'll be a tough challenge to take on the Wildcats continuing conference play next Friday night.
Yes, sir. If you're not doing nothing and you want to see some high-flying, high-scoring high school football on Friday night, catch us in Camden Road in Pine Bluff next week as your Mills Comets take on the Watson Chapel Wildcats.
I wonder how many Comets fans will make the drive to Pine Bluff next Friday night as McCormick drops back, looks to his left. He's going to find his tight end. As that was Noah Grant. It was stopped by Ian Streeter, but a flag was thrown as soon as he caught the ball.
Mr. Ian Street, he be everywhere.
He's been flying all over the field here on defense for the Comets. So I'm wondering what this flag is because he is thrown right as Grant caught the ball. Noah Grant is a defensive back.
Oh,
And
my.
I think that chant speaks for itself.
Check the fourth quarter.
As these Comet fans are loud and rowdy tonight.
Yeah, they telling the Beebe fans check the scoreboard. Oh my,
They're hyped.
Well,
The Comets are up big.
I can't really say nothing because back at Dollarway, when we went in the game, the fans just say, beep, beep, beep. You better go start the bus. So I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Yeah, I was in my senior year back in Heber Springs, I got to lead the student section. And for our final home game of the season, it was against Riverview. We were wild and rowdy
For all 4 quarters. For a home victory on senior night. It was a night I will never forget.
I mean, you got to cherish them high school memories.
Now 3rd down and long here for Beebe. McCormick drops back. He's going to throw it quickly. The ball is tipped as he threw it. Nearly intercepted by KJ Ferguson as he dove for the ball. That'll bring up 4th down for the Badgers, and they might as well go for it here.
Yes, sir. They might as well.
So on the previous play, it must have been a foul against the Badgers. Knocked them back a few yards, so now it'll be 4th and long as the Badgers will go for it here. Got to get to about the 10, make it the 9-yard line to get the 1st down. McCormick, alone in the backfield, takes the snap, throws to his right. A wobbly throw as it's incomplete, but there might be a PI.
It probably gonna go offset. They gonna get Holden in the backfield. They probably gonna get pass interference as they offset.
Flag thrown right as the ball hit the ground. And we'll see what this penalty is coming up. Might redo this play. Yes, they will, as the ball will be moved up about 10 yards, it looks like. Pass interference against the Comets. Repeat 4th down. It'll be 4th down and 5.
Oh, man, they didn't call it a holding. They missed a big-time holding call right there.
Badgers lined up pretty quickly there. Music has started playing over the PA system here.
They can't do that.
Coaches are calling that to be turned off. So 4th down and 5 for Beebe. McCormick got to quickly throw it to his left side.
Turnover.
As that was Parker Jackson on the reception. He's just shy of the 1st down out of bounds. So it'll be turnover on downs here with 7:09 left in the 4th. The Badgers still not able to score on offense.
Good stand by the Mills Comet defense.
Now the Comets offense led by quarterback Achilles Ringo, the top quarterback in the state. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Looks like the Comets will come out in the wishbone to run the clock down. And now Javion Love coming out as the 11th man as the Comets only had 10. The officials signaling for the game clock, and the Comets are going to run it up the middle, but the officials, the Badgers called a timeout right before the snap. So it'll still be 1st down and 10 for the Comets after this timeout from the Beebe Badgers. .706 remaining in this ballgame. As your Comets are up big 41-8 over the Beebe Badgers. Comets defense doing a fantastic job this game, locking down the end zone as the Badgers were able to get in the red zone for a couple of chances of scoring, and every single time, D-Rob, they just couldn't get in the end zone.
No, sir, they couldn't get in the end zone. That's how you stand your ground. That's how you defend your turf. Defense win championships.
The only touchdown of the night for the Badgers was a Braden Sanders kickoff return. And the Comets come back onto the field 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line.
And I must say, that was an amazing kickoff return. Like I said, you got to give credit when credit is due.
That might be one of our Natural State Sports top 10 plays of the week. Wishbone offense here for the Comets once again here in the 4th quarter. Ringo going to hand it off to Zion Smith.
Oh.
And Smith got about 5 yards on the play.
Took a little nasty hit right there at the end, right there.
Hit as he was going down. Now 2nd down and 5 for the Comets. Coming into the game for the Comets is... we have a number 32 on the field, but there is not a 32 on our Comets roster. He is lined up in the backfield. Looks like they'll give to Rodney Jackson. Gets some open field. It was a good run there for a 1st down. Correction, that was Isaiah Chambers on the carry for the Comets.
It's good to see that Cortez Lee, he's emptying his benches and let some of these players play.
One of the young guys is Isaiah Chambers, is a sophomore for the Comets. Got a good run there for his 1st carry of the season and gives the Comets a new set of downs here in the 4th quarter. We thank each and every one of you for joining us here on the Mills Sports Network for Mills Comets football. It's been a great night for the Comets here in all 4 quarters. Most of the starters getting their much-deserved rest as Ringo will keep the ball, only gain about 2 yards on the play. Flag is thrown after the whistle. Are they saying it's a holding?
Once again, your Mills Comets is on the road next week to Pine Bluff on Camden Road to face the Watson Chapel Wildcats. I would like to see this the Little Rock Mills Comets and the Watson Chapel Wildcats rivalry renewed. Like I'm not that old, but like back in the day, like some tough battles between the Wildcats and the Comets. So I'm looking forward to see this rivalry renewed next week.
So it is a holding against the Comets. It'll take him back 5 yards, about 1st and 14. 1st and 5. 1st and 15 for the Comets. Ringo hands it away up the middle to Chambers. Chambers only got about 2 yards. Sophomore running back for the Comets. Coach Lee was telling us the biggest strength here for the Comets this season is their depth on the rosters. And now one of the young guys, Isaiah Chambers, getting some playing time under his belt early in his career. Now the Mills Marching Band playing the famous Jig 2 down there. Hand it off up the middle. That's Chambers again. Still holding on to the football, still turning his feet. What a run there by Isaiah Chambers, carrying a Badger defender. And he is out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
He tired. He tapping it.
He kept his legs churning there. Great run there by Chambers. Now 3rd down and 4.
That was an awesome run.
Yes, it was. 3rd and 4 for the Comets. Staying in the wishbone, assumably from the for the remainder of this game. Handed off to Chambers once again. Still pushing. Does he get the first down at the 50-yard line? And that will move the chains for the Comets. Big credit there to Isaiah Chambers.
Zeke Smith.
That was Zion on the carry. Good job by the offensive line, pushing every single play to give our backs some open room. First down and 10 from the 50-yard line. With under 5 minutes to go. Celebration is starting early here on Dixon Road.
The celebration has started here on exit 3. It's time to wind it down.
So a great start here in conference play. It's the conference opener, the 5A Central Conference. For your Comets. They'll hand the ball, and he loses it, as that was number 32. The lone player on the Mills roster with a
he got the ball back.
Gray face mask. And it looks like the Comets covered the fumble. I wish I had a name on the roster for who 32 is, but unfortunately we do not.
Yes, sir. We trying to get this young man his props.
He got his first carry of the season. Well, second down and 10 for the Comets. 3:30 and counting left in this one. Ringo hands it off to the right side. Going to try to find some open room. That was A.J. Cartwright getting his first carry of the season.
Yes, sir. I love to see these young guys getting their time. There's another way you build up. Also, like Coach Lee, he might see something he like out here. Might want to use him next week.
Now second down and about 4. Make it third down with under 3 minutes remaining in this ballgame. Jamison Parker coming into this lineup. Looks like he's going to come in for Zion Smith. Some young guys getting some playing time here at the end of the ballgame. The Comets just let the clock run down with 15 on the play clock. That is the right move to do here, up big, 41-8 here in the fourth quarter. Ringo hands off the ball. He's going to run it to his left side, trying to find some open room. He's hit. That might be a targeting call, as that was Jeremy Edwards on the carry for the Comets. He was hit as he was going down.
The defender led with his helmet.
It looks like it could be a targeting penalty.
Oh, yeah, definitely helmet. I just seen the replay.
So I believe that was Caleb O'Neal with the penalty as he jogs off to the sideline. That'll give the Comets a new set of downs at the 25-yard line. Here with 2:10 left in the fourth. Great game offensively here by the Comets, and possibly an even better game by the defense. Basically a defensive shutout for the Comets. The only score for the Badgers was a kickoff return touchdown. Comets running the wishbone offense, as that is Parker on the handoff. And they're going to knock him back a couple of yards, second down.
All right, Tripp. Who's your player of the game?
That is a good question, D-Rob, because we've had a lot of players showing up and showing out
for the Comets. But honestly, I might have to give it to Javion Love. He got 2 touchdowns on the game tonight. But who would you choose for your player of the game?
I'm gonna have to go with my quarterback, man.
Achilles Ringo.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to go with my quarterback, man. I'm gonna go Turk, the leader, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Achilles Ringo, for my player of the game, man. I feel like he commanded his huddle tonight. He made some great throws tonight. His decision making was pretty good tonight. So, and I think he threw like 3 touchdowns tonight.
I believe so.
3, I think it was either 3 or 4, but he told me he was going to throw 5. I got to tell him about that. He told me he was going to throw 5 today, but I'm going to let him off the hook. But my player of the game is Mr. Achilles Ringo.
So Ringo with the Comets in victory formation here. Now
I got one more player of the game.
Who's that?
I'm going to go coach of the game. Coach Hicks.
All right.
I'm going to go Coach Hicks for coach of the game. Defense got a major shutout tonight. Beebe had a lot of chances in the red zone tonight, and Coach Hicks had the defense right.
So that'll do it for your ball game as the clock will wind down. It is matching with the play clock. So that'll do it as your Comets are 3-0 on the season and 1-0 on conference play with a 41-8 victory over the Beebe Badgers. And as you said, D-Rob, a defensive shutout for these Comets defense.
Yes, sir.
The only time the Badgers were able to score was a fantastic kick return touchdown by Braden Sanders. That was all she wrote for the Badgers as the Beebe offense was unable to get in the offense several times, several chances in the red zone. Either taken away by an interception or a turnover on downs.
Yes, sir.
And now your Comets are 1-0 here in 5A Central Conference play. And a great win here.
Yes, sir.
Coach Wesley and the Mills Comets.
Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in that was at home, for watching online. Don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe. And also tell your friend to tell your friend. When you come to Exit 3, Dixon Road, it's just business, not personal.
And that'll do it for our coverage here tonight of Mills Comets football here on the Mills Sports Network. And once again, we can't wait to see you all next week as the Comets travel down to Pine Bluff to take on the Watson Chapel Wildcats. Your Comets are 1-0 here in conference play after a 41-8 victory over the Beebe Badgers. For Darius Robinson and Terry Jordan and Jake Couples and Cameron Couples, this is Trip Keeter saying good night from Dixon Road as your Comets win 41-8 over the Beebe Badgers. Good night and woo pig.
I'm a
And we welcome you back here from Comets Stadium as our coach of the game, Ricky Hicks, the defensive coordinator for your Mills Comets, is joining me now here in the press box. Coach Hicks, a fantastic performance tonight by your Comets defense, shutting down the Beebe Badgers. Is the only time the Badgers were able to get points on the board was a kick return touchdown. Your defense kept them out of the end zone, even when they had several chances in the red zone. Tell us about that tonight.
Man, at the end of the day, that comes down to preparation and faith. At the end of the day, we always talk about faith without works is dead. So as long as we put the work in and we had a faith with it, more times than not it pans out. Whether that means 0 points, 30 points, whatever it is, it'll end up in our favor as long as we have both.
So a great job tonight, once again, by your defense, as basically every single player on the field was contributing on defense in some way. Now, we said that you are our coach of the game. We had a hard time figuring out a player of the game. So who would your defensive player of the game be tonight?
Man, it's cliche for me to say, but I'm sorry, I would have to go with the whole unit. I don't have an individual player just because there was such a collective effort tonight for everybody to step up, especially with Caleb being out. We were really struggling with that all week and exactly how that would go. So it really came down to, all 11 on the field and everybody that's present, do your thing. I don't have an individual.
Now, I'm a little bit curious, as you mentioned the mindset and preparation. What was the mentality of your defense coming into this game, and what will the mentality be next week at Watson Chapel?
Honestly, man, every single week, the two things that we focus on is personnel matchups, and then after that, we're talking about assignment and execution. And then lastly, we're just talking about all 11 to the ball effort. So as long as we can get the personnel matchups right, to benefit us in the upfront, on the secondary, everything that we're referring to, then after that, we're just saying, hey, assignment. Don't do somebody else's job. Make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do. After that, it's about all 11 to the ball. Everybody, 11 dogs on one bone.
I love it. I love it. Congratulations on the victory tonight, Coach Hicks. A great, great job there shutting down the Beebe Badgers by your defense. And your final score tonight from Dixon Road, here on the Mills Sports Network, your Comets beat the Beebe Badgers in the conference opener 41-8. And, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing your team take the field in Pine Bluff next week, and that's when we will see you next week live from Pine Bluff. This is Trip Keeter saying good night from South Little Rock.
Hey, man, appreciate